boy.
Get him, boy.
I said get him. All right. What's up?
Okay, guys.
We'll give it a few minutes for the chat to get the notification messages and all that good stuff.
Look at this keyboard. Okay. Look at. I'm sending you a link to a keyboard.
What's it called? What's the keyboard you've got?
The one that I got.
Yeah.
I'll send you the link. But the first link I just sent you is a ridiculous keyboard.
I always wanted that. That was that Black Widow one or whatever it's called.
That's the one I got.
Oh, it's nice. It looks. Is it nice?
Thank you guys.
Wait.
Screw y'all, man.
First boy, yeah. There comes Tiny getting the first spot. Just refreshing his notification. First! Oh, yes! Oh, fuck you! I'm so much better than all of you, man.
Alright, the second link I sent you is the keyboard I have now. It's like a bootleg.
I'll definitely check it out. I'm afraid to open any links right now because it might fuck up the whole configuration. I can't play this stream, but I'll do it afterwards for sure.
Well, yeah. Well, it's like the one that I have now is like a bootleg because I wasn't paying like over $200 for it. It's just a simple light up one, and
it just lights up, right? Well, at least it looks nice, you know.
Yeah.
What's up, Fairy Cura? What's up, Truly Lizard Man? Of course, Sora, of course, Randrin and Millions, who also and Randrin first man, got you. How are we doing, guys? How we doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh man, so we do have Ghost John and Tiny in this pitch. Yes, this was a bit of a in the moment kind of thing. So yesterday the session was complete. It was ready to do, right? And I pretty much told everyone, look guys, I got the session ready. How's this time for this day? We all came to an agreement on time. Then Tiny said, can I jump in for moral support? And I was like, you know what? Because originally it was just going to be Damon and Dorothy alone, and I wanted it to you see the webcam images you see of John and Tiny. I wanted them to just be blank, just to kind of help hit home that they're gone. This isn't the team that we're used to seeing anymore. It's just a fraction of it now. But at the same time, this is the swan song of Team A, and I thought, why not? Let's have them come back and kind of reprise their roles. I mean, John's already dead and Tiny's nemesis, but they get backstage passes, they get front row seats, MVP status to the epilogue of the origins of evil.
I like the thumbnail that you used for
Thank you. It's pretty cool. That's all thanks to Tho, who ended up drawing Damon's art as well. I didn't even know this existed. Randrin sent it to me yesterday. I was like, oh shit, that's amazing. So I took that and I put my copyright on it.
Turned on for her.
It's mine now. Please don't steal my content. I didn't see no watermarks on this bitch. I didn't see no watermarks. All right, no, I'm just messing. Of course, yeah, it's all Tho's work. Tho's done a tremendous job in providing art for this campaign, and yeah. So, how are we doing, guys? We looking?
100.
Yes. Yeah, I think my favorite one either has to be that wolf version of him, or the one where you get that full body art with when he's got the shark head on and stuff. That was that was really gangster.
Really cool.
The best.
Hey, Rebellion, Ishmael, Adil, Dragon Slayer, Amy for hip.
My favorite one's the one you used for the last thumbnail for episode 5, was it? The end one? Or was it?
Oh, where I'm looking down on all of you guys and Sharon. Yeah, that one. I really like that one as well. That's a real good one. I like that one.
I feel like instead of your nickname now should just be Puppet Master.
Puppet Master. That sounds like that could get me in jail in 2018. I think I'll just stick with Snake. That'll keep me above board. I think that'll get me not banned off YouTube. The Puppet Master, really.
It makes it sound like you're a hacker.
And you're playing with children's characters. Is that what this is?
The Puppet Master.
So what you're saying is you like to play with children?
Jeez.
You took it too far, Lee.
That's where I go. That's where I go. Alright, no, his name is Steve. No, it's not. What up, little Wolfie? What up, Werewolf? We got a lot of Wolfies in here today, ironically enough.
What's all the furries?
Sounds a bit fitting.
Forever be Steve.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, so originally this was meant to be just a Damo and Doro adventure, but Tiny and John are here as guests of honor, I suppose. So we're all chatting, having fun right now. But when we get into the campaign, right, it's serious time. It's role playing time. At that point, I would appreciate if only Damon and Darby kind of have exchanges with each other. You know, when it comes to decision making or conversational topics or anything like that. If Damon and Darby were the ones, because we kind of want to put the spotlight on them and to emphasize the fact that they're alone now, and everything that they've achieved up together to this point, it doesn't matter. I mean, half of them is gone now. This is literally, they are literally shadows of their former selves in terms of the team.
No, I'm good as dead.
I'm good as dead, yes, quite literally. Wow. It's time to make the survivors suffer. Well, come on now, man. I don't want to be that.
And then there was Rancher on Twitter trying to put the blame on Tiny for killing him, and I'm like, no, didn't you sacrifice yourself? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, John did kind of fall on his sword there, didn't he? He's like, it's for the team. Go! Okay, could you imagine? It was kind of like, in another world, it was kind of like this. It's like the whole team is like getting ready to run away from the final boss, and they jump into the elevator. The final boss crashes in, rah, thumps his chest, blah blah, and then John comes out of nowhere. Get out of here, kids! I've got this. He instantly kills the final boss, right? He instantly kills the final boss so quickly that the team hasn't even started going down the elevator yet. And they're like, "Come on, John! Oh yeah, John, you did it! Come on, let's go!" And John's like, "No, just go without me!" And then he just leans on his sword, and he just slowly falls like, "Ah! It's for the team." Yeah. That's kind of what happened. That's kind of what happened. He beat.
It's like, not like this.
Yeah. he beat Nemesis so hard that he literally had time to make it. He was like, nah, fuck this noise. And then he just ate a load of acid. I had to call in the acid. I had to call in the acid. As DM, I had to intervene because John was doing so well against Nemesis. I was like, right, let's just wash this motherfucker out with acid then. He's doing too good.
Quantum acid.
Yeah, it was quantum acid. Oh, damn it. Damn it, he's doing too good.
Strength against the acid.
Yeah, it was just looking, it's like just looking.
You purposely killed him?
Yeah, like the mastermind looking at all the CCTV camera footage of all of the events in the game. Like, oh, we can't contain him. He's too powerful. Quick, release the acid. And then it just fucking drenches him.
What is happening in the chat right now?
Well, we've got a lot of.
Avalon cheated on Tho with
I logged in for some reason. And
so
then I saw that.
Tho is Victor in scenario B, and Avalon is Michael in scenario B. So we've got some scenario B drama coming in, but it's not your fucking time, fellas. Yeah, you'll have your time on Monday. Yeah. Trying to steal the spotlight here. This is Team A's swan song here. You'll get yours soon. Don't you worry about that. I'll fight you. Oh no.
Yeah, we need to do the arena.
Need to do the arena. All right. If you guys really want to do this, after scenario A and after scenario B, we'll bring them all together and they'll have a.
Yeah.
They'll have a fisticuffs, have a sword fight, bow fight, whatever fight.
Automatically.
And
exception. Is it gonna be where? Is it their final forms or?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It depends.
Because if I go out full Wolf Boy, then I think I can take.
We'll see what happens. We'll have a battle royale and we'll see who was the better team in the Evil series. Was it Scenario A's team? Was it Squad A? Or was it Team B? Who did Resident Evil better?
So hyped.
We'll see.
I think you have to do it now.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you want to see it, if both Scene A and Scene B are like, fuck it, yeah, let's do it. All right, we'll have a fight pit to the death.
Now hold on.
All of you get fucked by Thoric anyway, so it don't matter.
If Tiny is Nemesis in it, then I think
we'll see what happens. I mean, if Tiny is Nemesis, he's probably just gonna steamroll through nearly all of you. But so we'll see. Maybe we'll probably just have Chef Tiny or something. I don't know. We'll see.
They have the number advantage, which is really.
They do have the number advantage, but Nemesis makes up for I think quite more than 2 people. Even though he did
intelligence like really high as well.
One person beat Nemesis.
I was just about to say John did beat Nemesis, but I cannot stress how unlikely that was. Like, how unlikely that was.
Good rolls though.
He- Nemesis had 30 strength. He had a plus 10 strength modifier to all of his rolls. And John wasn't having any of it. John wasn't having dick. Oh, we've also got Cat here as well. There's Artie Gamer. Cat's coming in. Oh yeah, Cat versus John. That's a fist fight I'd like to see. Happen.
My God, yes.
Whoa!
Fist.
5-man against Boxer.
Is it gonna be like a
Against
second
the
tag
axe.
team type of thing?
It'll be like a team A all against team B. So it's like 2 teams clashing
Yeah.
together.
Okay.
Who wins?
Can I just decapitate Victor?
I
I roll for decapitation.
rolled to decap the pretty
Okay,
boy.
not to brag, but John kind of pulled all of us out of a lake and carried us.
He did.
Yeah.
There was a,
Well,
there was a
yeah.
lot there was a lot of heroic feats that John managed to pull off, and I would definitely like for all of you to try and recall some of those. Try and remember just when were the highlights of Scenario A's best moments for everyone. What was John's best moment? Tiny's best moments. Dorothy's,
Everyone,
Damon's.
smile at your webcam. Sweet. Okay.
All right.
So, I'm taking memories. I'm taking it all
I'm
in.
making memories here. No, Mom, they're real friends. Stop.
I have a Snapchat.
Mom,
Friend.
I know it's not real, but please let me have this. All right.
People are watching online, please.
It's like Left 4 Dead versus Left 4 Dead 2, kinda, yeah, kind of, a little bit, something like that.
Speaking of memories,
Squaddy's
I
finest
have a
moments.
Snapchat from the first when you announced who had gotten in, and it's literally just me screaming about everyone who got in, and then I realized I was in it, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm in the campaign." And I was like,
Yeah. Oh man, and that was what it was like September time. I think we started this, right? Was it September or August time when we started?
Time.
It was something like
we
that.
started around October.
Yeah,
'cause-
it was close then, wasn't it? Yeah.
yeah. The last session.
Yeah,
kinda
I
went
mean,
into
we've
November,
managed to hammer out quite a story within that time. It's been pretty good, and it's all gonna come to a close next week. but
No.
we're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet, and there are still stories, still bits of information that need to be told. How did Damon get to the sewer? Why is his face all fucked up?
Where am I?
Where is
That's the far
Dorothy?
side.
Absolutely. These are questions we need answering. I'm gonna answer them
Are they?
very shortly in this session. The session 4, 3.5, however you want to look at it. Shattered memories. I'm looking forward to it.
Personally, someone put personally. I thought Shattered Memories was the worst of the game.
Yeah, just like, all right. Well, we're gonna bring it back with this. All
Oh,
right.
you're good.
I don't care. This ain't Silent Hill.
These are also on the
Yeah.
one that we did today.
I after I finished the story of this session, because I came up with the name of the session before I really finished making the session. But now I finished making the session, I kind of want to call it something else, but I think it'd be a bit of a giveaway. I kind of want to call it something else, but it'd be a bit of a giveaway as to what happens in this session. But
You should say the name of it in the campaign, and then we'll know.
yeah,
We'll be like,
yeah. I'll tell you what it was meant to be
You'll
after
drop
this session. Yeah, so how we doing, chat? How we doing, survivors? It's been a long time since I've seen you guys back all in here in the same room, ready
Well, my
to.
coworker just walked in. She needed a file.
Oh yeah, can you imagine that? You're having like a heartbreaking moment in your D&D campus. Like, oh yeah, I need that file. Like, get the fuck out of here, Cheryl! Get the fuck out of here! You just lose it, man. Just.
Hey, I need that report. Get the fuck out of my office.
Oh, I swear to God, man!
All the time.
Just take a Harry, just like staple it to a bunch of stacks of paper. Here's your files, bitch! Get out of here!
Yeah. My friend is dead.
Yeah.
So insensitive.
Get the fuck out. My friends are dying.
Cheryl, I just lost a teammate. Hype for this as well. Hey Snake, Resident Evil D&D, everyone dies. Technically not true, nearly true. Rename it at the end, yeah. But then it'll be renamed for the people who jumped in afterwards. You broke my immersion, bitch. Who spells Cheryl with an S? I think some people do.
Files. Look at that.
So it's all good. I would prefer it if you don't get any kind of distraction. Put a note on your door just saying "fuck off." come back in 2 hours or something, because I would definitely appreciate if this has all your attention for the next 2 hours. All right, so
You say 2 hours.
2
but I feel like it's
hours,
gonna be 7
3
hours. I feel
hours,
like
I'm
it's
gonna
maybe.
talk
7
really
hours.
slow
I think
and be like, well,
I think-
I'm gonna decide to.
yeah. Well, it's just a really hard decision, you know. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that.
I think I will stay in acid.
Yeah. So,
I think I will stay.
yeah. So how are we doing, chat? We looking forward to session 4. I'm looking forward to it. This is probably gonna be the one for me that has. I was saying it to the survivors before we jumped in and started getting this all set up for you guys. I haven't really made a session in D&D yet in the Resi campaign that was sad. You know, I felt sadness. I felt that I felt sad, right? I didn't feel sadness. I was like, oh, that's a really sad moment. You know, that sucks. I was like, oh, they're gonna fucking hate this, man. You know, like I was kind of like, you know, I was kind of like the like I was reveling in the drama. Though seeing everything you guys have been through, kind of looking at your guys' situation now, it's just the two of you, you know, and it's just. I get a sense of sadness for you guys, I really do. So this one,
Don't feel sad because you're about to kill us all.
I'm not gonna kill you all, man. I'm not gonna. Well, I don't know. You might kill yourselves. I don't know. You know. It's
You
like,
say that like you have emotions.
I do have emotions. Okay, DMs care.
Quantum,
They do
quantum
care.
monster,
Quantum
quantum
acid.
zombie.
Oh no, it's a quantum death. Who saw it coming?
Quantum acid. You were gonna throw.
But
acid.
yeah, no. I mean, yesterday I was just thinking about this session and just thinking about how you guys are gonna perceive it and everything, and I actually started getting a bit of anxiety. I was like, oh fuck, oh man, it's actually happening. I hope they enjoy this one, because this definitely feels like the end for me. You know, at least for
For us.
team, the epilogue, the swan song for 'em.
Lie to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't wanna fucking, you know, drop the bombshell, but Ranjan already knows what's gonna happen
Yeah.
in this session.
fucking
You already
know.
know. You already knows. I done Facebooked him, and yeah, it was as I was writing, I was like, fuck, dude, like how crazy is that, right? Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to it. So
Excited for it.
I am very excited as well. So as we get into it, obviously, of course, Tiny, John, if any of you kind of have something to say, feel free to, man. But for the most part, and when it comes to like being in character, and Damon's like, "What do I do?" and Damon's like, "I don't fucking know." Don't be like, John's like, "Oh, you should do this, you fucking idiot." You know what I mean? Just let them. It's the ball is entirely in their court at this point, and what they do, what they do is up to them now. There's no wisdom of John. There's no help from Tiny. If anything, there's just the opposite from Tiny. He's the problem that needs help with. But yeah. So, oh, my heart is beginning to race. I don't want to do this session, to be honest, if I'm being honest with you. I don't want to do this session. Alright.
Can we have like a Lion King moment where they like are in the clouds telling us what to do?
I don't know, it might be a moment where Dorothy's hanging off a mountainside and Damon just digs his claws into her and he's like, "Long live the king," and just lets go of you and you just
Wait a
die.
second, am I gonna be
And
on
Damon
the
and then Damon's just like, "Now I am the leader of A2."
There can
Dorothy
only
was
be
never-
one.
Yeah, there's only one king of the jungle, bitch! And just kills her. Oh, Squad A will live on forever. I'm freaking
Squad
out.
A is
I need to
really
calm
strong.
down, because, yeah, I want to make sure that you have a good time here. Alright, so, chat, are we ready? Survivors, are we ready?
Don't even ask if we're ready because no.
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 To be honest, nor am I. I'm not ready either.
Fucking cry.
Why?
But I'm-
You should be ready. You're
I'm
the
as,
one who created
don't
the
worry, I'm
fucking
prepared. I got the set. It's all there, ready for you. But I'm not
Sure.
ready. All right, so
murder all you all.
right. So it's been a long time since we've actually seen all of these characters in the same room together. So let's have a bit of a recap as to the end of Origins of Evil.
Flashback music.
Plays a harp.
Yes, hit that rewind button for quite a long time. All right, we stop. Badang! In the science experiment labs of Burnside Manor. The teammates end up, Damon, Dorothy, and John. They end up storming through the the experimental labs. You go through all sorts of kind of horrors, hunter infested cages, deep dark abyss like aquariums, the whole works. It was a nightmare to say the least, but they managed to pull through, all in an effort of trying to reclaim their friend, Tiny, who had been taken away from them and has been mercilessly experimented on, poked and prodded, cut and spliced by Dr. Burnside. Eventually, they get all the keys they need to make it into the main experimental lab where Tiny's being held. They end up going through the lab and they see a dead Dr. Burnside. Who else could it be? Burnside slammed against the floor, covered in blood, completely his body broken, or what was left of his body to begin with. In front of them, they saw this hulking 8-foot mass of muscle and sinew, completely disfigured face. Who else could it have been than their poorly battered and disfigured friend Tiny? However, Tiny did not recognize them just as much as they barely recognized him, and he went on the attack. Now he's consumed by Burnside's parasite. If you remember, Burnside had spliced into Tiny's head and removed half of his brain and put a bit of his brain, Dr. Burnside's brain, and this plaga, this kind of like this parasite, this viney whip-like parasite into his brain that kind of acts as like a surrogate brain, like a pseudo brain, to kind of like give Tiny intelligence while still being overwhelmed by this infection. The difference between him and the zombies. At this point, Tiny is chasing down the survivors, and they have to make a quick exit out of the emergency elevator while a self-destruct system that was triggered by a kill switch implanted in Dr. Burnside had been going off. So sirens, red lights, warnings everywhere. Meanwhile, having to avoid their friend who's chasing down each hallway and corridor. They make it to the room with the emergency elevator in it. Nemesis starts banging against the doors, trying to get through. In the meantime, John tries to create a distraction by creating a barricade of toxic and radioactive, just like experimental waste, very, very corrosive, like acidic substance, out of the barrels and into the floor. It starts to instantly start to eat away at the floor, steaming and hissing. Nemesis breaks through. Yeah, too quickly even. Dorothy and Damon just barely make it onto the elevator. And John makes the realization they're not going to get away in time. Instead, he urges the others to press on to escape, while he contends with his former teammate and friend Tiny, now lost to whatever it is that's controlling him. In a blitz and fisticuff fury of unprecedented power, John overwhelms Tiny, be it through anger of his friend trying to kill his friends, or whether the Dr. Burnside turning his friend into this colossus freak. John wasn't going to let this pass lightly, and he absolutely dominated Nemesis at every turn. Nemesis tried to fight back, the acid eating away at his lower extremities as he kind of collapses closer and closer to the ground, being weathered by John's blows. Eventually, John beats Nemesis into a state of pulverized unconsciousness. However, at this point, the chaotic brawl slammed Nemesis against barrels. Nemesis tried to take wild haymakers and hit even more barrels and sent more of this noxious fluid everywhere. John realizes it's too late for him. The acid like a wave starts to come into the entire room. John looks down the elevator shaft, where at this point Damon and Dorothy are standing at the bottom, looking up the elevator shaft and calling down to John, "You can still make it, just jump, just jump." But John knows that if he's gonna make sure that they get away as far as possible from this new threat, he has to stay and see this through. Instead, he drops down his battle axe. It hits the ground next to Damon and Dorothy. He says one parting sentence to Damon: "Look after it for me." Before the pool of acid washes away over John, and all Damon and Dorothy sees looking up is a smile on John's face before a green tide aggressively pushes him out of shot. And then the acid begins to rain down the elevator shaft in like a crude, grotesque waterfall. It was at this point that Damon and Dorothy, they just lost another teammate, but there was too much chaos in the air for them to even stop him more. And there was a self-destruct sequence alerting. Nemesis was far from done, and now their room was being flooded by this noxious ooze. They went into one of the rooms where they found out that it's actually an armory stacked with healing items and weapons of all kind and caliber. They end up picking up a massive rocket launcher that could only be used by 2 men, for its sheer size and weight was just too overwhelming for 1 man. They drag it over to a boat that was sitting in a sewer tunnel. They jump in, Dorothy takes the wheel, and they ride off into the tunnel as fast as they can, trying to get away from the imminent explosion or pursuit of death that Nemesis was about to embark on. The sewers were riddled with noxious ooze, rocks, barricades. It was basically a waste disposal chute into the ocean, making the navigation for the boat extremely difficult for Dorothy. Every turn, every twist, every dodged barricade was just a bit more of the boat was left behind. It wasn't too long before Nemesis comes jumping down the elevator shaft, and he sees the boat speeding away. Now he's got this blood hunger, this frenzy, this obsession. He won't stop until they're all dead, and he chases after them. Damon and Dorothy look back to see the Nemesis' pursuit, and they see a crude object flying towards them. Dorothy manages to barely dodge it, and it slams against the window of the front like windshield of the boat, and it turned out to be John's highly acidified corpse, brutal, mangled, brittle bones, teeth exposed, a lot.
Traumatizing for an 11-year-old.
And his corpse just lies, hissing and sizzling away on the boat, causing further damage to the structure. It was clear that whatever remains of Tiny there were in this monster were dead, for Tiny would surely never do something like that, even though it was Tiny's idea.
Wait, what?
It was Tiny's idea. It was like, I pick up John's corpse and I throw it! I throw it at them! I want them dead! Which as a DM, I was like, this is perfection. Like, I couldn't make this up. So I loved it. I was like, oh, that's one spicy drama right there. And before long, the Nemesis is on their heels, charging, throwing his meaty fists from forward to back, causing light tremors in the water with every thunderous stomp he made into the sewage water. The acidified substance eating away at his feet and his lower extremities, but his regenerative powers were working hard, hissing and aggressively steaming in order to try and replenish what muscle and tissue was continuously being eaten away by this highly corrosive substance. It was a close fight. At one point, even Nemesis jumped onto the boat, grabbed Damon, and threw him back into the back. Where at this point, there was starting to be a bit of a cave-in the tunnel. Rocks and boulders were falling down. Dorothy was having to dodge him, and Damon was thrown. He collides onto the remains of a horizontal broken wooden barricade, winded but still alive. He ends up jumping from boulder to boulder, trying to catch up to the speedboat, and somehow manages to do so. Before long, they see the tunnel exit, the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, and they just hammer forward to get to the front of it. But before they could, a huge object just ended up forming from the bottom of the water into the surface, creating this temporary waterfall before the structure was revealed. A huge crocodile, something out of a legend. The virus must have easily contaminated this thing and boosted its size to unimaginable heights. Swollen up to the size of the tunnel, and they had nowhere to go. This was their only exit, and the boat drives straight through into the monster's maw. I believe that's what happened, right? They drove into the crocodile's mouth, if I remember, or something. Yeah. And then Nemesis runs up towards them to try and finish the deal. He was not going to have this reptile steal his prize away from him. And as the monster goes to close its maw, Nemesis grabs on in between the maw, holding it open, trying to reach out to grab them. It was at this point, I think, Damon and Dorothy fired the final rocket within their launcher at Nemesis, or at the side, or something like that. They discharged their final rocket, their final hope, creating a blast so thunderous and so close range It sent the boat rocketing out of the monster's mouth, ripping its front jaw off, and Nemesis going backwards in the blast. They shoot off out of the tunnel, and at that point, that was when the self-destruct sequence had finalized. Burnside Manor began to erupt. A big portion of the forest began to erupt. The old man's cabin up in flames. And it begins to flow down into the sewer tunnels, consuming the entire lab, everything. It starts to feed through the tunnels like a fiery serpent, and then shoots out of the mouth of the tunnel, with the teammates just barely making it out in time, creating a cave-in of the tunnel. Nemesis is overwhelmed by the falling debris of rock and boulder in the explosion itself. And that was the end of Origins of Evil. Sad face by Perla, indeed. Sad face. But as they did so, I guess we'll get into that right now. So, are we ready, guys? Are we ready, guys, for session 4, Shattered Memories?
I'm not ready.
No.
Yeah, I wanted that recap to last as long as possible, man. All right, so there's no escaping it now.
Again, you should have spoken slowly.
Yeah.
Very slow. Enunciate your words.
I'm never ready. No, neither am I, guys. But whether we're ready or not, it's happening.
Right. Love you, fam. Let's go.
All right, so Dorothy, Damon. Welcome to the epilogue of Origins of Evil, your swan song to the worst night of your lives.
Alright, let's go.
A massive explosion erupts into the as the flames of the self-destruct sequence in the lab in the mansion catch up towards you. You shoot out a rocket into the ocean's water. A bunch of debris, boulders, and flames start to kind of close the escape route behind you, separating you permanently somewhat from the hulking mass that was chasing after you, your former friend, Tiny. Eventually, as your boat rockets into the air and collides into the water with an aggressive thump, can all of you give me a strength check to see if you stay on the boat, please?
Oh, Jesus.
Here we go.
It's already starting.
Do I stay on the boat?
John stays on the boat. Oh, wow! Dang! So Dorothy, at this point, knowing that she is the only one, she is taking over as the senior, the adult of the group, or what can be called of a two-man group, and decides that there is no room for error. She plants her feet firmly on the ground, and she holds on to both ends of both sides of the boat, planting her feet firmly. Damon bounces up into the air ever so slightly, but gets caught in between the kind of arm net that Dorothy has made. He bounces up underneath her arm and kind of lands back onto the boat. They both make the horrible collision as the boat kind of crashes back into the water. John's body kind of rattles and sizzles at the bottom of the boat, but still remains intact. However, you see before you all of everything you've procured up to this point. Your magnum, your rifle, your shotguns, your pistols, your everythings have been sent. Your rocket launcher has been sent into the air and down into the water. The only thing that you were able to salvage was the crossbow that Damon kind of hugged onto as he was shot out of the tunnel.
We dropped the axe.
Yeah, the axe, it's all gone.
Fuck.
The only thing you've got is the crossbow.
Thanks.
Damon, Dorothy, how do you react? You've just come out of this turbulent, chaotic situation. The sun, the darkness of the evil night that you've just managed to survive through has kind of been abolished and replaced by the warmth glow of the rising sun. What's going through your heads right now?
First, I cry. I will cry. I will mourn John and Tiny. Then I would suggest finding a way of giving John a somewhat of a Viking funeral.
I see. Okay. Dorothy, What's racing through your mind? You even haven't had time to breathe, let alone think. You've just had to take on the role as being the leader of this group, looking after Damon after you just lost John, after you just lost Tiny, and then you had to fight against your very own friend before barely making it out.
Is the seat, the 2 front seats to the boat, are they still there?
They're still there, but honestly, the boat is basically just a wreck. It's a floating plank with some glass attached to it at this point, more or less.
Dorothy, just realizing all the hell that they've been through, John and Tiny, and just the Burnside Manor in general, she kind of plops back a bit, and instead of guarding Damon, she kind of puts her arm over his shoulder, and she looks like she's about to cry, but kind of just presses her head sort of to the wheel.
I lean in to hug her.
Oh.
And I hug her. And cry.
Yeah, they're just gonna hug and cry.
My tears hit her shirt, bullets.
Yeah. For the first time in what seemed like forever, you don't even... The traumas that you went through were just so grave that you don't even remember what normality was like. What was life like before today? And for the first time, you get a kind of reminder. You have the cool air, the quiet sounds of the waves lapping against your boat. There's no alarms, there's no gnashing and gnawing of teeth, there's no smashing of glass, there's no roars of imminent doom. There's just silence. So much silence that you realize that the motor of your boat has stopped working. And instead, you are just kind of drifting along the up and down the slight waves of the ocean. You have no choice but to kind of just sit it out and lament your thoughts over what just occurred over the past 24 hours.
Is the hood of the car, or the car of the boat, still existing?
Yeah, so the boat has more or less its same structure. It's still you'd recognize it's a boat, but it's got so many holes and chips and breaks and missing pieces that it's like this is about to sink, right? And the motor gives out from all the trouble and trauma it's sustained.
Dorothy's gonna... Can I roll perception to see how close land is?
Absolutely.
Alright.
Give us a purse check. Whoa!
Oh.
Alright, I'll give you advantage on that because there's no danger in your life right now. You've got a huge, vast, open ocean to survey. Anything you'd see would be easily picked up by your eagle eye-like vision at this point. You take a look around. You don't have, even though you spare a moment to kind of think about everything that's happened, but you quickly realize at this point you're still responsible for Damon. You're responsible for your continued survival. And so you look around for your next bastion of hope. Yeah, you take a look around, you stand up and look beyond the wreckage glass of the windshield of the boat, and you see in the distance, just so happens your boat seems to be drifting towards it, a small island.
Sketch.
Can we see anything else about the island?
Absolutely. The island looks relatively pretty calm. There's no signs of zombies. There's no signs of crazed dogs, spiders, or tentacled monsters. It looks relatively normal, as much as your eyes don't want to believe it, because God forbid you let yourself believe in some hope, right? There's the coast kind of faces you, and the island kind of steeply climbs to a tall mounting face. Your boat is at this point, the boat is continually drifting towards it, and it's getting closer and closer into focus. It looks lush with green vegetation, a lot of trees, a beach, a rocky mountain at the back.
I think we should continue towards it.
Okay.
It's not like we have a choice.
No.
Dorothy kind of sits up and... Can I still move the wheel at all?
Yeah, you can move the wheel, and as you move the wheel, it kind of moves like a child's toy. It's extremely loose, and it seems very unresponsive. But after, you turn a lot and a lot and a lot to the right, and it ever so slightly deviates to the right a bit, or to the left.
Alright. So I'm gonna kind of do it so the island. We're kind of moving towards it a little bit,
Yeah.
but we're not going to crash with this shore.
Okay, yeah. Well, the tide is pretty calm, and the lack of a motor is making it so that the boat is gently easing its way towards the island.
Is there like any like is there any way there's like some like compartments in the boat, or is it just like just two chairs in the thing?
Yeah, or I mean, a lot of it's been broken away by Nemesis's sheer force, by the crocodile, and a lot of it's been also eroded away by John's acidic corpse, kind of just eating away into the
John.
wooden matter, unfortunately. So all you've really got left to kind of pick up around the boat is just broken pieces of wood, splintered chips, broken glass, bits of rock that fell in. That's kind of it.
Is John's just completely just skeleton now, right?
So John's kind of still wearing he's still wearing his fireproof out uniform. However, and it seems pretty durable, kind of a testament to John's endurance himself. Despite all of this damage, even his uniform was uncompromising, but it is showing signs of tears and signs of burn wounds. But you see through his cracked gas mask, you do see that his eye, the face area, the circle area of his face that you could see, is pretty bony and tinted green. The flesh is kind of tinted green with the coloration of the acid eating away at it. He kind of feels somewhat hot to be around, ever so slightly.
Is the acid eating away the fire or the?
At this point, a lot of the ocean water is kind of lapping in and out of the boat as you kind of go up and down each wave, and it's kind of diluting him and the boat at the same time.
Does he have clothes underneath the suit?
No.
John,
besides underwear.
did John have any clothes on underneath his uniform?
He has just a black shirt underneath.
Right,
but,
black
his
shirt.
pants are his pants.
Yeah. So he's got a black shirt underneath his uniform, and that's also taken some corrosive damage as where parts of where the acid has seeped through his clothing.
I think we should take the jacket, but because we could use that. That could protect Damon a lot.
Okay,
I'm thinking.
We'll see.
Are we getting closer to shore now?
Yeah, with each decision you make, every thought that passes your mind, at this point now, you're about to hit the shore of the island.
I kind of, because I know there's gonna be a little crash when we hit the shore, whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of put my arm over Damon again, and
I see. Okay.
I'm still holding the wheel for some reason. That's
right, just in case, just some false sense of security, of control of the situation, just to keep your own sanity in check. Okay, so as you do so, the boat ends up colliding ever so gently, as if nature was giving you a break from your trouble and torment.
That would help.
You land onto a beach. The waves kind of crash a lot more loudly as it kind of hits the surface of the rocks and kind of drifts into the beach before kind of sizzling out back into the ocean, only to repeat itself, kind of pushing you further and further, the boat that is, into the coast. Right.
So we're not going to use the boat anymore once we land on the ground.
Yeah, I think we should bury John on it, burn it. After we take his jacket. Would you feel like doing something like that, or?
Let me just turn down the music a little bit. So yeah, the waves of the ocean start to crash. It's the only thing you can kind of hear. You can kind of hear some birds in the distance and the blowing of tree leaves in front of you. At this point, the boat has firmly settled itself into the coast.
So I'm gonna. When Dorothy first gets out of the boat, she's kind of touching the ground with her feet, and it's like she's forgotten how to walk. That's how shaken up she is.
Yeah, you've spent so much time kind of just.
Thanks.
Damon just jumps off, trying to get away from this death trap of a vehicle that he's been confined to for the past few hours of his life.
Is there any rocks around? I kind of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's rocks and pebbles, even big boulders. Even there's all rocks of varying shapes, sizes, for you to procure, try and attempt to move things like that. As you jump, yeah.
Oh, no, I was gonna ask Damon something, but go on.
Oh no, go ahead.
Did you want to, like, you said you wanted to give him a Viking funeral? Did you want to light the boat on fire?
I wanted to light the boat on fire and push it off the sand if it was possible.
Before you get to the idea of doing anything like that,
Viking funeral.
Remember, you are on an island. Okay, so.
Fine. Can I get a piece of wood from the boat that is not affecting it from floating?
Sure. Yeah, you could salvage the boat if you want to, but it kind of occurs to you that the damage you sustained, you are barely even standing, barely even conscious even. You have trouble even lifting your own legs to walk, let alone lifting John's body or pushing boats out into the ocean. What's best right now is to kind of find a safe place, maybe set up camp, maybe get something to eat, maybe find some materials you could repair your boat with, and then think about what you'd like to do with John.
Fine.
We can use another thing of wood and give him a Viking funeral and save some of the boat, unless you want to.
Let's go discover these. Let's go explore these.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, is there anything on the beach that we should be aware of?
Can we perception?
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check.
Alright.
Alright, so you kind of take a moment to look around, and the bright light of the sun kind of bounces off of the sand and kind of hits your face. It kind of just blands the entire landscape in front of you. You don't really see much, save for some rocks, pebbles, and I mean it's easier to kind of get a look into what's going on further into the trees where the light isn't so blinding.
Alright, then I guess we can just go into the forest. Let's go.
Damon, you have your crossbow, right?
Yep.
Alright. And
wait, how many arrows do I have? I don't have my sticky note from last
You don't
session.
have any arrows. You only have a crossbow.
Dang. Okay. Is there any sticks I could pick up that
You
I
have
could
a
add in?
plethora of natural items. Sticks, stones, you name it. Dirt. You could even use leaves for some kind of binding even. There's plenty of things to use in terms of natural resources here.
Alright, let's go explore these woods.
Alright, so you begin to move deeper into the forest. As you do so, the crashing waves against the rocks kinda dies off into the distance behind you, and for now you're replaced with a serene song of nature, kind of greeting you, welcoming you to this island even. So in front of you, you see two paths.
Oh,
You
great.
see a path going up to the left, but it seems to be extremely steep. Looking up, you kind of, your necks kind of even like ache, just even looking up at the top. At the very top, you see a mountain. And it seems this path climbs all the way to the top, winding like a snake.
What's to the left? Or right?
To the right, you end up coming across a good place that would seem right to set up a camp. You see a lot of driftwood, a lot of rocks, a lot of large kind of leaves in order to make things like maybe tent coverings or hammocks even. A lot of materials in order to kind of set up camp. This isn't actually a camp though. That's just a placeholder to kind of symbolize that you could build one.
Can we see?
So no one's gone there. Half made a camp and left. It's just kind of like a flat land and it's kind of like in a separation, a parting of trees. You could see off of the coast into the distance. You see the nightmare in the far distance. It looks like a light year away at this point. You see raccoons. You see Raccoon City off into the distance.
How far, like miles wide?
Oh, we're talking like even the tallest towers in Raccoon City look like Lego bricks. It's far away, very far away. It seems you are completely disconnected from the horrors of the Raccoon City.
Well, let's go here and mess around for a bit.
Can I fucking perception to see if there's anything, or would it be nature to see if there's any, like, stuff to make a camp or survival?
Yeah, give me nature, survival, whatever you like. So long as it makes sense for the situation you're trying to do. Task.
We'll try nature.
Alright,
Okay.
so Dorothy, as we've known from all of her time spent with Team A, she's a very capable, very kind of well-rounded personality. You can put her into any kind of situation, somehow she adapts and she thrives. And she looks around and she can see plenty of materials that can be used to build a camp, make a fire, even repair some of the damage done to the boat in case they need to leave and go somewhere else.
Can I look around me? Is there any like berry bushes or like
Yeah, for sure.
any trees that happen to bear fruit?
All right, sure, yeah. So, kind of walking off the path and into like the slight green area, you're greeted by a bunch of blackberry bushes and apple trees. A lot of fruit bearing. It seems perfect to set up camp here.
Okay. Well, I'm smart and I'm athletic, so can I climb one of the trees to get some apples?
Yeah, for sure. Can you give me an athletics check? Remember, you're
Can I
extremely.
do acrobatics?
Yeah, acrobatics, sure.
I can do a flip.
Oh
Damn it.
Jesus! You try to for a moment you kind of allow your childlike sense of self, the excitement of youth, to take over for a moment. Oh, we're climbing a tree again. Oh my God, we're gonna climb the tree and we're gonna get the thing at the top. And you kind of jump up and you kind of forget just how much damage you've sustained and how exhausted you are from the previous events. You kind of jump up, you scurry up a little bit, and you kind of like drag your feet and your hands down the bark of the tree.
Is there any like is there like a long stick around me?
Yeah, plenty
Well,
of sticks. There are a
Can I
bunch
grab the longest one?
Yeah, for
How
sure.
tall is like the lowest fruit being?
Like berries, literally waist height, chest height berries. You can kind of just walk up to them, pick them up, and that's it.
Yeah, why don't I just do that? Or if you want to get like one of the apples or something, I can just.
Berries are more tricky into actually
Tricky
making sure they're
individuals.
not poisonous.
Yeah.
Apples
Okay.
are a lot. I can do an intelligence check. I know these things. I
Sure,
go to school.
sure. I mean, all right. So Dorothy presents the proposal. Why don't we just eat the berries? Kind of not wanting to see Damon struggle and potentially hurt himself again. Let me just add this as your selected token. There we go. Right. Let's see what you rolled here. Intelligence check. However, Damon corrects Dorothy. Well,
Dorothy, about to
actually,
shove a bunch of
these berries are
in my
pretty
mouth.
red, and it's normally a good idea to stay away from red berries.
I go to school. I was Boy Scout. I know these
Go,
things.
edumacation. But no, nonetheless, you find the time to just get your breath back, assess your situation. You know you've got food, you know you've got materials for a camp, for a fire, and you've even got materials to even repair your boat.
Okay, well, I'm hungry, and this little child cannot handle it anymore. He's gonna grab a stick,
Yeah.
and he's gonna try to whack at the fruit at the trees, but not hard enough to where it completely destroys it. Just enough
Okay,
to knock it
okay.
down.
Right. Okay.
Wouldn't
So
it be easy if I just helped you pick it? Like if I.
No,
if you-
I'm gonna do it myself.
Damon needs independence. So Damon, can you give me a sharp stick attack, please?
Sharp stick.
Yeah, I've given you all sharp sticks and rocks. Welcome to session 4. It seems it's a bit rougher in your hands than the pool cue was when it was nice and polished and smooth. You kind of resent the fact that the stick is kind of poking you as much as you're poking the tree with it, and you kind of you kind of awkwardly shake at the tree, but you manage to drop a few apples down to the ground. Triumphant.
Okay. I'm gonna like touch them all and like make sure they're not dirty from the inside.
All right, can you give me a perception check, please?
Perception.
Yeah.
Freaking click it.
Perception, yeah. So looking around, you kind of look the apple all around, you kind of rub it on yourself and kind of poke and prod at different areas to see if it's like kind of mushy or soft in some areas, but nope. Firm, fresh, ripe apples.
Okay, cool. Now
Um,
I'm gonna be like, Dorothy, I have apple. Yeah. I'm so tired. Just take the damn apple.
Yes.
While Damon's hitting the tree to get fruit, can Dorothy like sort of start collecting stuff for the little area to make like a camp or like a bed or something?
Yeah, sure. So
Okay.
you start to gather a bunch of materials and a bunch of varying different shapes and widths of sticks, logs, and a bunch of different stones, all to kind of make. So what is that? So can you describe to me what it is you're making?
So, I was gonna make 2 or 3 things, I guess. The first one was if there were like large tree branches, I was gonna kind of gather them and lay them flat to kind of sit down on or even lay down on.
Okay. So you
And
make kind of
that's
like a
where-
log bench in the camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the second thing, I was just gonna try to make a fire.
And make a fire. Okay. So.
Okay. That didn't make me feel good. Your laugh.
No, that's fine. Can you give me would it be a survival nature check, something like that?
I.
Give me a survival check, please.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
As capable and adaptive as Dorothy is, she can't quite recall the last time, if ever, she had to make a fire that didn't include gasoline or blowtorches or matches. All she's got is sticks and stones.
Do you need help, Daddy? I can
Aw.
do it.
Damon kind of sees Dorothy struggling, kind of like just hitting 2 rocks together, trying to generate some sparks within a bunch of kindling of wood, and to no
She's so
success.
exhausted
Yeah.
and stressed that she has to take care of. She's worried about Damon now,
Well,
but she kind of just sadly nods and hands
I'm-
the.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
what I'm
Dorothy's
gonna
hands are
do-
kind of shaking, and she kind of got like sweat-bound hair attached to her forehead from just the stress of having to try and go from one situation to another.
Well, I think Damon
Hmm.
trying to take John's example for taking care of us.
Yeah.
He's gonna go up to Dorothy and kind of just make her sit down on the sand and rest for a bit while this little Boy Scout goes over and grabs 2 sticks and start 2 rocks, putting sticks
Alright.
together and get 2 rocks and try to light some
Alright.
shit.
So
Do I need to
Damon.
roll anything?
Oh yeah, give me a survival check as well, Damon.
This is not gonna go well.
Oh! Damon takes the tools that Dorothy was using to start a fire, and he takes his time with it. He doesn't want to make it happen too quickly because he doesn't want to kind of take away doesn't want to kind of emphasize the fact that Dorothy was unsuccessful. Instead, kind of struggles with it himself, but he knows what he's doing. And eventually, he gets an ember sparked into the kindling, and he starts to blow on it to try and feed the fire. Before long, you start to hear crackling and cackling of wood kind of bending to the heat. You've successfully built a fire in the camp.
I'm not eating the apples yet, but I
Okay.
have an idea.
Yeah?
Basically, on the boat,
Yeah.
with the glasses, is there some glass that's shattered?
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell Dorothy to wait here, not to eat the apples yet, and I'm gonna try to run over to the boat
Yeah?
and grab some of the shattered glass. But some of them that kind of are like slim, but kind of long enough.
Yeah,
I
okay,
guess.
so you
How many can I grab?
we'll say you grab like 2, 1 in each hand, but can you roll dexterity on that, please? Kind of like carefully pick up these 2 pieces of glass and move with them.
Damn it.
That's fine. So you kind of like look at the glass. You look at the glass. You kind of just carefully just pinch it, applying as enough force as possible, just to just kind of secure it in your grip, but not too hard to sink your fingers into it. You kind of make your way back to camp with 2 long shards of glass.
Alright, and then when I get to Dorothy, I go next to the apples and I rip off some of my shirt and wrap it around the bottom to make kind of a knife thing.
Oh, like a shank. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do I have to
Damon
roll
goes to
anything?
prison, takes a shank.
Scenario A is kind of changed, Damon. It's like, right, Dorothy, get this.
Do I need to
I'm like,
roll
what is
anything?
you? What the fuck?
Night is coming. All right.
Do I
No,
need
no,
to-
you don't. You don't need to roll anything. You kind of.
Okay, well-
You've already. You know how to carefully handle the glass. At this point, you're just wrapping enough of your clothes to kind of make a firm binding there.
Well, I wrap both of them. I give one to Dorothy, and then
Yeah.
I grab it, and with my crappy little dinky glass knife, I kind of
Yeah.
cut the apple in half, and I give it to Dorothy.
Oh, so you got half each. Okay.
Yeah,
Do both of you consume it?
I'll consume it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll eat it. I'm a Boy
Alright.
Scout. I know.
So it's like a bit of a peace offering, not a peace offering, but rather kind of like, here, a nice thing, something nice for once. You both kind of share in eating this, splitting this apple and eating it, and both of you get just 1 HP back for that little brief moment.
If we consume more apples, can we get more HP?
Don't push your luck. All right.
Oh!
Alright.
Remember whose campaign this is. I'm being
Okay,
nice
can
to
I
you
say-
right now.
Can I put at least like 2 apples in my shark helmet to make sure I can I'll have them just in case if I need them, because my shark helmet is basically a bag at this point.
It's basically a bag. Yeah, you kind of like push your hands against the shark's snout and the bottom of his jaw to close his mouth. So now it's just got like a big kind of bucket. It's
You're
not
right,
just
infinite
it's
mouth.
not just it doesn't have the whole of the mouth anymore. So as the mouth closes, you've now got this bucket. This kind of like this Halloween trick or treat novelty bucket that you're holding. That's holding all these apples.
Well, I'm gonna sit next down to Dorothy, and can I see my legs to see how bad the infection is spreading?
Yes,
Yeah.
you both you sit down on the log chair that Dorothy had made, and you kind of just take some comfort by the fire, and you take a moment, you kind of roll up your leg sleeve, and you just see the entirety of your left leg is just fur, thick, coarse, very sharp. It's irritating to even touch.
Damn it.
Can I roll medicine to see if it's hurting him at all?
Sure. So looking at you can't even tell. Is it a wound? Like what is it? There's just so much coarse, thick, rough fur that you don't even know what to make of it. I mean, like what? It's confusing.
Confusion. Okay, well, can we take a nap or something, or something? I don't know.
Is my gift gone? It's gone, right?
Sorry, what?
Oh, wait.
My gift, the
Yeah, your gift is gone. All you're left is kind of like a nasty kind of sore on the back of your shoulder. Meanwhile, you hear in the distance some survivor stuck in a sewer tangling with a hissing arachnid. No, you don't. No, you don't. Yeah. Your gift is gone. You're cured.
Why'd you do quotations, Lee?
Wait, it's not really.
What
Yeah, I
the
mean,
fuck?
you didn't really take anything to cure it. It just kind of ripped itself out of you and ran away. So if that counts as a cure, I guess we'll take it. So
Well,
you had something to eat. You've kind of taken a moment to look at yourself. The boat seems barely operational as it is. And unless you're going to live the rest of your life here, which doesn't seem the best thing to do, as Damon kind of thinks, where's my family? What's happened to them? Like he started this adventure looking for his family.
Yeah, I
knows
was just
that-
about to ask that.
He knows that somewhere in those streets, they may be going through the same kind of struggle that he just did. So, it seems that you've got 2 more options, guys. You can either go hunting for food or scavenging for more food. Or 3 options, sorry. You could probably build a bed and kind of fully set up your camp, or rest on the logs even and use them as makeshift beds. Or repair your boat before we handle how we're going to say goodbye to John.
Can I? Are we close to the water right here? Is there are we on the
So
shore?
what that is it's a clearing of trees, and right now you're highly elevated from the water, and it's kind of like a dirt kind of slope going down to the bottom of the water, but you're a good 10, 12 feet above the water. I mean, there's nothing to worry about in terms of like a tide coming in or anything like that.
Oh no, I was gonna say we should probably clean ourselves off.
Yeah,
there's
sure.
any room.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of space at the beach, or yeah, you could slide down the slope.
Yeah, I want to go back down to the boat to stare at John for a bit. Not
Okay.
creepingly,
just
lovingly.
look at John, just kind of like,
Beach
yeah,
episode.
this is the moment, like, you haven't actually been able to get a good look at John since he got aggressively ragdolled into the boat by Tiny. So now you kind of get to see him that he's there still, peaceful and unusually quiet. This isn't John. He's kind of there, but he's not.
Dorothy, do I still have my apron on, by the way? Or no?
Yeah, like you're fully clothed. You've got all of your uniform from. It's
I'm trying to
just
think
a lot dirty and worse for wear than when you started a few months ago.
Yeah. She kind of takes a bit of what's left of the once white, pearl-colored apron, and instead, she takes what's left of it and kind of makes a band and lays it on the floor just for a moment, and she kind of like instead of just running up to the boat, she kind of gestures for Damon to come with her. She's like, you don't need to go, you don't need to see it if you don't want to, but it's not right that we just leave him like that.
Yeah. But don't worry, we'll handle John. We're not forgetting John. Just right
Well,
now you guys are
like
heavily fatigued and you're heavily hurt, and it's a good idea to kind of just set up a point of stability, which you kind of have with the camp, and now you want to kind of get some food or maybe make some repairs to your only escape option, which is the boat.
Well,
We have to get the body out first before we start repair.
So what would you like to do?
I don't know.
At this point, it's about midday. I mean, the sun's fully up. It's fully bright and
Well,
illuminated.
I would like to build some arrows with some of the
Okay.
broken glass, if it's possible.
Arrows from broken glass. Well, you could use, say, sharp stones, kind of embedded into small small kind of
Right.
wooden sticks.
I want to use both.
Okay, yeah, sure. So you could spend your time making ammunition for your crossbow if you'd like to, Damon.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Dorothy, I don't know what
So
you're gonna...
you kind of stay close by and you start kind of whittling away with sharp sticks, kind of sharp stones, making sticks into even pointier sticks, and then some with glass in them, some with stones in them.
Can Dorothy does she still have the other piece of glass? Or did you...
There's a bunch of glass. There's a bunch of glass in the boat itself. You've got rocks all around you for like hammering things. If that's
Yeah, and
what
I
you want to
gave Dorothy my danky shank thing with the two glasses that I got earlier.
Can I hunt a little bit in this area around here? Still where I can see Damon.
Sure.
but
Yeah.
enough-
So
Okay.
can you go into so Dorothy kind of tells Damon that she's gonna get us some food. She spares the gory details as they've kind of gone through enough gore as it is, and she disappears into the thick brush of the woods. Can you give me a survival? Can you give me a survival check, please? Or give me yeah, that'll do. That's fine. So looking around, you see. You are definitely the top of the food chain of this island. Everything else that's kind of running
Nice.
around are things like birds and rabbits. Things like that. It's something of the small nature. Nothing big like a wolf or a bear.
Hell yeah. Delicious food. I'm gonna go after rabbits, because rabbits seem like they'd be easier to hunt.
Okay, so
No,
how would you go
birds.
after a rabbit? Right now, there's like a rabbit just sitting away and just kind of nibbling on some grass. Its ears somewhat kind of twitching it, like whenever it hears some kind of cracking of twigs and leaves. You've got sticks, rocks, glass. You could use them as throwing weapons or try and get up close. How would you like to do it?
As I said that, my dog moved next to me, also what I'm about to say. I'm gonna use one of the rocks kind of in the palm, like I'm holding it,
Oh, okay.
and I'm gonna go as close as I can to the rabbit and just
Can you
club it.
All right. Can you give me a stealth check as you kind of sneak up to rabbit? And so you kind of you're tiptoeing, kind of firmly pushing your feet into the ground. And the rabbit kind of, its ears twitch a little bit. It looks to the side again, and just kind of stands still for a moment, kind of like mimicking the statue. Maybe it didn't see me. Looks around.
Sorry, Mr. Rabbit.
And then it kind of slowly begins to nibble again. And then it turns its head back and starts grazing on the grass again. So you successfully made it up to the rabbit.
I'm gonna take a. Can I use one hand to try and pin it down? I don't want to club it. I don't want to hurt this rabbit.
Do you want me to shoot it with my crossbow?
Damon, don't gibble.
No.
Alright, so it's up to you, Dorothy. So you've made it successfully behind the rabbit now. You're within striking distance with the rock or with a stick or whatever. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna club it in the back of the head with the rock.
Can you give me a rock roll, please?
Jesus Christ.
Alright. That's enough to hit a rabbit. So can you give... So you swing... So how is it that you're coming down? You're coming behind it and you swing the rock exactly how? You hitting it in the head?
I'm kind of just... Like, if I'm raising it like that, I'm slamming it, like, kind of in
just
a...
like a dead weight hammer, just like
yeah.
Bang on top of the rabbit's head. Okay, can you give me damage on that, please? So the rock hits the rabbit with a thud and instantly lays out the rabbit. The rabbit's back legs begin to kind of like kick. They begin to kick in as its kind of brain has just taken so much trauma and just sends off a bunch of like death reflexes. It begins to kick a while and eventually it lies there dead. Some blood begins to drip out of its ear and its black eyes looking up at you.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Rabbit. She's like, just for the record, I totally would have bought you at a pet store. You're so cute. She looks so sad as she kind of picks it up by its ear and she's like pinching it like she doesn't want to hold it.
Right, okay.
But she starts bringing it back towards Damon.
I see the rabbit and I'm like, well, we have to eat it now.
Now we feast.
Don't
Damon
we
doesn't
have
give
to
a
cook it?
shit. It's like, good, I was getting hungry.
Yeah, you can use the knife. You can use the glass knife I made
Alright.
you and just skin the shit.
Alright, so who's doing the skinning? So you're skinning right now, is that what you're doing?
No, let's go back to this camp. Let's go
Okay.
back
Yeah.
to the camp.
So Dorothy's procured some food. Damon's made some weapons, and they go back to camp and they sit on the log bench, greeted by the cackling of the fire.
Who do you wanna skin it, Dorothy?
Sure, I'll try skinning it. She's feeling a little confident right now. She just killed a rabbit. She's like full on naked and afraid style here. Let's fucking... What would I roll to skin the rabbit?
Can you give me a survival check, please?
Oh my god. Glass.
Ooh!
Got him!
So
Gourmet
with
meal.
your time kind of pinching the rabbit's ear and just handling it all the way to the camp, you've kind of like alert and just the adrenaline of taking the life of something else. Your senses are really heightened right now, and you have this immense care for this animal and respect for it. And you take the blade, and you slightly cut up in its belly, kind of revealing the skin and the muscle. And you make sure not to nick any kind of internal organs as to taint the meat. And you start to kind of cut away in between the skin and the flesh to separate the fur from the meat. Successfully do so. Great finesse.
How do we cook it? She looks back to David.
At this point, it's already roasting on the fire. You kind of got it on like a spit kind of thing, and it's already starting to cook, and it's going to take a while before it's ready. But at this point, you've kind of garnered enough strength back from just kind of resting and just not being in an aggressive situation that you have enough strength to feel about what to do with John.
She kind of looks to Damon for a second. She's like, and she kind of repeats what she said earlier. She's like, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to, but we have to do something about John getting out of here on that boat.
Sorry to railroad just a little bit, guys, but you get the idea that at the top of the mountain would be the perfect place to rest John, as if this would be he would be the king of this island, constantly overlooking everything that happens across Raccoon City.
I was just
Oh, you
thinking that. I was literally
Throw him
like,
in the ocean.
Yeah, the idea of setting him on fire and pushing him into the ocean just didn't seem as epic to me.
Viking
Alright.
funeral, Viking funeral.
Viking funeral.
It's cool if we had the waterfall or something, it'd be pretty fucking sick. But we just have a vast ocean. It's like, oh, okay, he's just
Okay.
drifting there on fire. Like, oh, nice.
Well, I say let's just finish eating,
Yeah.
take a nap,
Okay.
and then right afterwards, I guess, drag his body up to the mountain.
Woof.
Alright.
Okay, so you kind of is John with you at the camp or is he at the boat?
He's still at the boat.
Yeah,
Okay,
we never
so
picked him
so
up.
as
Also,
you're as you're kind of nibbling on apples and just kind of slicing pieces off the rabbit rotisserie to kind of just eat while it's still hot.
Delicious.
Yes, you do get some health back, but at the same time, you kind of just look at each other and look over your shoulder back to where the beach is, and knowing that it's got to be done.
How many? I hate to interlude, but how many arrows, rock, stone?
I'm gonna
and
say
rock and glass?
you've got enough for the entirety of this session, no matter what you do.
Okay, sweet. So can I start just like unloading?
You could just start machine gunning if you want to. That's okay.
I mean, if you want to do that.
Cascade of glass, wood, and stone, just go all over the place.
Okay, then I guess let's just go get John and start hiking up this mountain.
Okay,
Alright,
so
how much HP did we get back, by the way?
you got a couple of hit points back. I've already updated your health bars. You're starting to get some health back. At the end of the day, all you've eaten is some apples and a bit of rabbit. It's hardly the most the heartiest of meals, but it'll be enough to just give you that bit of a boost you need to take on what's gonna come to you next. Okay, so
He's no longer. If we touch him, it's not gonna like.
no, at this point,
Okay.
John has been completely diluted by the ocean water continuously washing up against him as you were drifting towards the coast.
Alright,
Is the
well,
jacket in still good condition?
The jacket
he
still.
doesn't have legs, right? Because
He-
I remember like the acid eating.
Like his legs are heavily eaten away by the acid. Like it's very skeletal, very bony, kind of like just drags of his trouser material is kind of just like there, you know, just loosely hanging over bone.
Okay, grab his pants leg. Let's go.
All right,
Alright.
so who's taking what side of John and who's taking
Do
the
you
other
want to
side?
grab his pants leg, and then I'll grab his shoulder?
Sure.
Okay,
Alright.
so Dorothy
'Cause I'll
ends
be
up.
walking back.
Okay, so Dorothy ends up picking up the part of John that is least touched by all of the trauma that his body sustained, and therefore the heaviest part, and leaving Damon to kind of carry the remains of his legs, and together they walk away from the boat, and they start making their way up the mountain path.
Downtown, walking fast. We just passing it going down.
Alright. Okay. Let me just get this going.
You have too much of this map blacked out for me to feel safe right now.
I'm sorry.
I know, right?
All
I'm
will
like,
be
what
all,
is over there?
all will be revealed shortly. So, both of you are carrying John, and this is
You
the
make
this
us
is the
stop
first
him.
time that John is having to be carried by you instead of you being carried by John. You begin to make your way up the mountain path. It's extremely steep, and it begins to hurt your feet, and the weight of John, even though there's half of him remaining, is still a very heavy burden to carry, but neither of you have the audacity to even admit the struggle. You start making your way up the mountain path. This takes hours. Rests are needed, breaks, and sometimes it gets a bit too real, knowing you're actually doing this. You're actually saying goodbye to your friend. And eventually, you make it to the top of the mountain. and you find a perfectly flat area at the bottom, at the face of the mountain. That'd be perfect to bury John. You lay his body to the ground, and it's overlooking what's already now a setting sun in the ocean, in the horizon, in the distance. What would you like to do?
Well, can I get some sticks and like tie them together to like make a cross?
You absolutely can. You could even use your pool cue if you wanted to. That's now snapped in half in just a bit of the debris on the boat.
Okay, I'll use that for our memories of him drunk and shit went down.
Okay, so
And
who would like to start digging the grave?
I will.
Okay, so you look around and there's nothing that you can really use to make a grave. But you start to use your hands instead. Again, you decide not to admit the toil and the burden of having to do this because this is for your friend. You start digging with your hands and eventually you make a hole big enough to lay John's body to rest. What would you like to do?
Can I get like a plank of wood and like use one of my the knife I made or the stone or whatever to like carve John's name on it,
Sure.
and then put it on top of the little pile of dirt.
Okay, so with John laid into the grave and with the pool cue crucifix made, you take off his mask, you put it on the top as a reminder of who he was and what his name was. You end up using a bit of scrap wood and kindling in order to make another fire in memorial of the firefights that was John. You take a moment to just recall your favorite moments with John. Damon, what was it about John that you enjoyed most about his company? What was your favorite moments with John?
My favorite moment would probably be the wolf.
The what?
The wolf that he skinned to make me a jacket or a cape or whatever. That would be probably my favorite moment.
All right, and Dorothy, what was it about John that kind of made you feel safe or kind of made you feel more positive about your situation? What's your favorite memory of John?
I think the first time we actually met him in the just because he was let's keep drinking, let's fine. And his integrity to just keep fucking going.
Indeed.
To find an axe.
Absolutely. Despite the traumas and the horrors that you went through, John was ground zero for your team. He was the middle. He was the center, the pillar that you all relied on. When things went bad in the woods and the dogs ambushed you, it was John who almost single-handedly, completely protected you from the dogs. When you were being chased by the bear outside of the cabin, heading towards the mansion, it was John that carried Damon, who was unconscious, unable to walk, when you fell into the water stream, and it was John who managed to pull Damon, Dorothy, and Tiny out of the water and urge you all into safety. It was John who was able to crack jokes and make people laugh and feel somewhat more at ease, even in the most absurd situations. And yes, even though he liked to drink and party unnecessarily, it kind of made him a bit of a imperfect kind of hero. But I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say that we wouldn't have wanted any other kind of hero.
I'm gonna go up to the little patch of dirt that we made for him and be like, John, you were the perfect foster father, even though my real father probably picked your place to get him.
So at this point, John's body's laid to rest, and he's overlooking the horizon of the sunset. Now it's sinking deeper into the ocean, and night is starting to take over once again. The fire cackles and kind of illuminates the gas mask of John underneath it. With this fire symbolizes that the kind of the energy, the power, and the determination of John to keep you guys alive, to keep this team going. And with this memorial fire, John will be ever remembered and immortalized as Immortal Fire. It's this moment you kind of say your final goodbyes before finally leaving him.
Dorothy kind
Dun,
of
dun.
stands near the fire for a second, and she has her hands kind of just crossed, or not crossed, but like she's holding her hands together. She's not crying, but she's not exactly like cheering, smiling either. She's like, you know, we wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you. We wouldn't be able to keep moving if you didn't do what you had to do. She doesn't want to admit that he's gone, but she's looking at the gas mask and looking at she already knows that, this was the end for John, and he went out like how he was in the entire campaign, so fighting to the end, fighting, punching people, being a badass. So
Well, they say that the dead are never truly gone so long as they are kept alive in your heart and in your memories. And so long as you two draw breath, John never truly dies. And with that, you say goodbye to John as he looks over you through the top of the mountain and make your way back to camp.
oh great, it's dark.
At this point now, you're sitting at the camp. The only fire, and the only comfort of light and warmth you get is from the fire. Let me just get you guys into play. So, Dorothy, Damon, what are we doing?
We gotta find our way back into the city. I gotta find my parents. I don't know if they're dead or not, but we can try to look for them.
Yes, you certainly can.
That's a goal. We need something to keep moving with, and that'll, for now, because Dorothy's just trying to survive and keep Dane safe until then, so she'll follow with what he needs to do, and which is find his parents. But
Okay, so now you have a new goal, a new objective. You've lost too many people. Maybe, with what you've learned and what you've endured, you can prevent any others from losing their life. But, before you can do that, you realize that your boat, the only option out of this place, is a wreck. The motor's not working, it's barely afloat. How are you going to get back to the city on that thing without repairing it?
Can we
Tomorrow.
I was gonna say, can we build like a raft or something and like make our own oars and like just paddle our way? I don't know.
So all you have to do really is kind of take some time to procure some wood, stones, and kind of like, tinker with the engine, and you'll be able to bring the boat back to a functioning level.
Alright, well, I guess we can see what's wrong with the engine motor thing, figure out what's wrong with it.
we should
In
get some
the
rest
morning.
now.
Should get some rest.
We should get some rest.
All right. Are you both going to sleep?
No, I feel like one of us should stay. Well, I don't feel like Damon would sleep, honestly. I feel like he's...
Dorothy ain't gonna knock out after the shit they did.
Yeah,
We
so
can do
at this
shifts.
point, I mean, you're a combination of physically drained from just climbing the mountain, then you were emotionally drained from having to finally let go of John, and then you have to climb down the mountain again in the dark. You guys are exhausted physically and mentally. What would you like to do?
Well, I feel like... let's just go to sleep. But I feel like Damon would not will be waking up constantly. Probably like every so often.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Dorothy's exhausted. She's
traumatized.
knocked out.
All right, so
And well, when he lays down, I feel like he'll also be praying. He's a very religious boy. He'll be praying
for
for
sure.
everyone's
So
safety.
as Damon kind of reluctantly puts his head down on one of the wooden logs that Dorothy has set out for him, he looks out into the city. He knows that his family is in the distance. And strangely enough, looking at the city, you get a sense of beauty and wonder. The city looks gorgeous at night. But just as you're about to let yourself kind of believe in that kind of childish fantasy, you are then aggressively brought back to reality as you see an explosion in the distance, and then you can kind of hear muffled screams kind of echoing over the surface of the water, rippling within earshot towards you, reminding you of just what awaits you back in Raccoon City.
Well, he's just gonna be like, "Dear God, please let my family be safe. Please let everyone else in the city be safe and not go through hell like we did."
So Damon at this point can only pray that that his parents hasn't even had to go through half of what he's just been through, but he'll find them and he'll save them. At this point, fatigue takes over both of you, and you fall asleep. Some time passes. Sometimes you get woken up by nature sounds, and sometimes you just drop back to sleep again, an in and out kind of motion. Eventually, however, Dorothy awakes to an ear-piercing yell.
No, fuck.
Dorothy, what do you do?
How close is Damon to me?
Alright, so Dorothy looks around to see Damon, immediately recognizing screaming as danger. She looks towards Damon and she sees that the screams are actually coming from Damon himself. Damon is writhing on the logs next to Dorothy, screaming in pain and kind of clawing at his chest and at his neck. As you go towards him, you can kind of see the fur kind of aggressively growing up his neck, over his chin, and it's starting to consume more of his face. You can actually visibly see this taking place.
Damn it!
He's awake at this point, right? He's like,
Oh yeah,
awake.
he's
Oh, okay.
awake.
I'm in physical pain.
The campsite is about to go out, and you can see that Damon is slowly. He's been able to endure it this long, but it seems that it's starting to take over Damon's body. You feel that the only thing that you can do in order to save him is to get him to somewhere that he can get treatment. You have to take him to Raccoon Hospital.
That's why we're at the stupid hospital. Ah! I need, she first kind of grabs Damon a bit, and she's kind of trying to calm him. She's like, okay, we're gonna get this. Okay, you're okay. Like, she's screaming and she knows something's wrong, but she hasn't had that much medical training or training at all to figure out what the fuck's going on with him. She's
Damon,
just trying
you're in agonizing pain. Your body is feeling like it's not your own. You for some reason you kind of lose touch with being able to feel it and then sharply feeling it. Your body feels extremely hot, beyond feverish. And looking around you can kind of see that your infected arm, like the infected left side of your body, has started to emit this visible steam.
Oh, that's gross.
I guess I would just be like, since I feel like my body is on fire, I feel like the first thing I would say is water. Get me into the ocean.
Yeah. So
How
Damon just
fast
starts
can I run?
screaming. He needs to be cooled down. He's in so much pain. All he can do is just feel heat and agony.
If
Dorothy,
I
what
pick
do you
him
do? Time is against you. You have to get him into Raccoon Hospital.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, we're not gonna be able to swim, you said. That's already game over.
No.
I'm gonna...
You are so far away, and Damon is in no state to swim right now. He would simply just wriggle and drown.
Well, put me in the
Okay.
water. Put
Yeah, I'm gonna...
close
pick-
proximity to water.
How long would it take for me to run into
You can pick up Damon, and you can make your way over to the beach if you want to.
How high of a drop is this?
It's like about a 12-foot drop into
That's a
deep
cliff one.
into instant deep water.
Alright, I'm gonna pick him up and I'm gonna fucking gun it towards the beach.
Okay, you pick up Damon and you start heading over towards the boat. As you pick him up, you feel like your arms start to kind of burn as you're in contact with Damon's left side of his body. It's true enough, even though he feels it, he's actually emitting a ton of heat. You make it to the coast. What do you do?
I'm gonna fucking dunk that boy in the water.
All right,
Like,
you give Damon a baptism then.
Yeah, she's still holding him as she kind of guns it into the water.
Yeah, Damon is kind of like clawing and gripping at your clothes and at himself as well, screaming. You kind of like just keep dunking him into water, hoping it'll help. The steam kind of subsides momentarily before coming back again. It seems that whatever heat he's emitting is just so intense, it's able to instantly just kind of boil the water that's landing on the surface of his skin.
Well, when I'm like literally burning to death, I try to tell Dorothy to leave me by the shore,
Okay.
and try to fix the boat or try to do something.
Okay, cool. All right, so Dorothy, what are you going to do? Right now, Damon is screaming and he's in agony. He's telling you things, but at the same time, you are the only one of sound mind and body. It is up to you to make sure that both of you survive. What are you going to do?
Fuck shit. She's cussing so loud right now. She's torn between trying to help Damon through the situation where she knows that he's gonna still be in pain and getting that boat ready so they can gun it out of here.
Yeah.
She puts Damon down. She says, "Stay here. We're gonna fix this. I'm not gonna lose you." And as she's running towards the front of the boat. She's looking at the cover, and she's kind of trying to figure out how to get it open, how to jumpstart this fucking thing again.
Okay. All right, so looking at the boat, you see that all it really needs to stay afloat is just some wood kind of like to block the hole, some kind of wood and some kind of pressure to just hold them in place. And the motor, you kind of try it again, and sometimes it kind of sputters to life, sometimes it actually comes back to life. It seems to be like a very kind of in the moment thing. It kind of works or it doesn't.
How many sticks are there? Or is there...
There is plenty. There is plenty. There is enough to repair this boat. Somewhat, though. But because you only have enough time, because Damon is literally cooking to death in front of you on the shore, you end up just rummaging through whatever sticks and stones you do. What are you doing with them?
I'm going to try to make it so instead of it just sinking up, I'm going to kind of pile it so it's not sinking the boat, but it's kind of keeping the boards flat so that it's not, water's not coming through it and making it under.
Okay, you make an in-the-moment hasty emergency and you're able to bring the boat's health back somewhat. But because of your time restraints, you're only able to get so far. At this point, Damon is just screaming to the point where it is ear-piercingly loud. You have no time. You have to leave this island.
I'm gonna... fuck. Is there any sort of, like, tub or, like, like when you have fish in the back of a boat?
Yeah.
And you put it in that little tub? Is there a tub in the back?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna fucking put the boy in the tub and I'm gonna grab his, like, fill it with as much water as I can.
Oh, okay, so you kind of put him in a makeshift bath and you just kind of keep pouring freezing cold water off the ocean onto him.
Yeah, while I get the boat started and try to get the boat.
All right, with that, you pull the cord of the motor as hard as you can. You have no time to lose. You are not fucking around. You're not going to lose your final teammate. You pull the cord, the motor sputters to life, and the boat starts to adjust and vibrate. You're able to leave the island.
Jesus Christ.
What do? You're at the steering wheel.
I'm gonna fucking floor it straight for the city.
Floor it straight for the city.
Damon.
All right, as you do so, the boat leaves the island, kind of heading this way towards the city. And as you do so, you look back at the island as you kind of leaving John's resting place away, and you get the strange sight, and the kind of the ironic landscape of the island is so that the flat part steeply goes up into the mountain and forms a natural letter J for the island from the side. You look towards Raccoon City. You despise and loathe and even hate yourself for having to go back to this nightmare of a place, but you have no choice. You have to save your only living friend.
I feel like Damon at this point would be yelling for John, wishing John can help him.
Yeah, so
Make
Damon's kind of like Damon's lying kind of like Damon's lying in the makeshift bathtub, just kind of like just instantly boiling all of this water on him, and he's having to rely on like the crashing of the boat into the waves as Dorothy just has puts all care to the wind and just floors it, making the boat crash aggressively against each wave, and with so it throws more water on top of Damon. He's completely drenched. His fur, his hair, his clothes are completely drenched. He kind of just sees this dim light at the top of this J mountain get further away into the distance, and he screams out for John. At this point, day is starting to break again. You get about halfway towards the city. The city starts to kind of get closer into view. Dorothy, what's going through your head?
I'm trying to remember the streets, the road, avenues and boulevards of how to get to Raccoon City Hospital. What's the fastest route? She never had a car. She always took the bus everywhere. So she's thinking like that, but she's also thinking, what shortcuts can I take once we get off this boat?
So Dorothy's kind of already given herself a crash course, like she's mentally prepping for heading back into Seattle. Right, okay, safest route is this, but last I heard that was barricade or overrun. I've got to go this way. Shit. And it's just a chaotic kind of makeshift puzzle in the moment in your head as the city gets closer in view. However, before you're able to make it to the shore and disembark from your boat, a familiar face rears its ugly head.
No.
Is it the fucking crocodile?
No.
Is that why Tiny is here?
You see a dark shadow kind of like go underneath the boat, and then to the side. It starts to pierce.
It's a fucking shark.
It pierces through the water.
No.
A dorsal fin starts to appear, and it looks like it's even getting higher than the mountain that you laid John to rest, as if it's going to pierce the sky. It doesn't stop revealing itself more and more. And before long, you see a massive maw of teeth open up, releasing a waterfall of ocean water in front of you, and then it chomps down onto your boat, ripping the motor away completely from your boat and swallowing it whole.
Is this a quantum shark?
It's a quantum shark.
Quantum shark!
Fuck you.
And with the force of the motor being ripped from the boat, it sends you and Damon rocking from side to side in aggressive motion, and it kills your boat dead, and you stay motionless. The dorsal fin then goes under the water, and before long, you are thrown backwards into the boat. Its dorsal fin has caught onto something that was attached to the boat, a rope, some string, fabric, something has caught onto the dorsal fin and is dragging you forward towards Raccoon City.
Okay. So we're taking the highway.
Here you go.
No, she's gonna try to grab onto the box that she put Damon in.
Okay, so Dorothy, the shark is pulling you closer towards the city.
Music, man.
Is it too? Yeah, the Del Lago. The shark is pulling you closer towards. The shark is pulling you closer towards the city. Strangely enough, it's doing you a favor, but not before it swirls from left to right, and it enters a rocky area of the ocean. Dorothy, you're the only one able to control the boat this time. You're gonna have to avoid colliding with the rocks, lest you send yourself and Damon into a watery grave. Can you give me a performance check as you approach the first rock, please?
Can I empty the box and... I was gonna lock Damon in the box just in case. So let's get
Can lock David in the box, and then the box falls in the water, and he's literally in a coffin.
Fatality.
Alright. The shark moves, going past a bunch of rocks. You're able to successfully just barely turn. You have to put all your weight and all your momentum into the steering wheel in order to get it to move, but you manage to do so. And you manage to skim right in between two massive rock faces. The shark then plummets into the water and leaves you.
Yeah, you better leave this wolf boy alone.
And leaves you drifting into the water for a while.
Can I cut the rope, whatever it was stuck to? Can I see it?
You tried to find it, but it's like this thick kind of wired cable, and it's completely taut. Cutting through this would require John levels of strength.
Wow. I get it though.
So the shark leaves you underwater for a while, as if kind of anticipating its next approach. Dorothy, you have 4 avenues in which to try and anticipate this shark's movement. North, east, south, or west. Where do you choose to look?
I'm gonna look west.
You're gonna look west. Okay. On a 0 to 5, he appears north. On a 6 to 10, he appears east. On an 11 to 15, he appears south.
Oh my god, I'm bugged.
And on a 16 to 20, he appears west. You are looking for a 16 to 20.
Oh shit. I'm not
We're
ready.
gonna get it all fucked
Are
up.
you ready?
No.
You can do it.
Ooh!
Ah!
Your instinctive perceptions kick in once again. They are not going to fail you now. You've come this far to die now. And you see the shark appear just as you predicted from the west side near the rock face. And he opens his massive maw and starts roaring as he starts pummeling towards you. What do you do?
Is he still attached to?
He's still attached to you, and he's coming towards you now. It seems you need to try and deter this shark before he gets to you. You cannot move out of the way, for you do not have a motor.
Can we jump out?
Well, you could if you wanted to, but then you're in the ocean with a shark.
Okay. So, can the motor's completely dead?
Damon, you've kind of got some moments of clarity. What would you? Is there any kind of input,
Yeah.
something you'd like to do as well to assist Dorothy?
Tell me something.
Well, since I'm back, I'm still in a little pain, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You're in the
You do have your crossbow, though.
I do have a question though. Do
Yeah?
I happen, since I'm mutating into like an animal, do I have some sort of like animal abilities?
Sure. Yeah. So
Can I
you
communicate with the shark?
you can't communicate with the shark. However, you do have keen senses, and you seem to be able to perceive where it's going to come from next with an advantage.
So I can't communicate with the shark.
No.
Damn it.
Can
Damn
we?
it.
Can? Oh my god. Fuck! I don't know what to do.
Well,
The shark is getting closer. His maw is getting closer. It looks like it'll swallow you whole if it catches you.
well, okay, since I can basically figure out this animal, do I know where its weak spot in its mouth is?
It's definitely its mouth. Yeah. It's just the
Like
entirety of
where?
its inside of its mouth.
Okay, can I get my crossbow and try
Yeah.
to shoot for its uvula?
All right, sure. Give me a crossbow roll with that, please. So in the bath and kind of steaming, you kind of like wave a bunch of the mist out of the way and pull your crossbow out to look into
Can I give him
the
an-
dank
For the
abyss
love
of the
of
monster's
God.
maw.
Wait. Can I give him an? Oh no.
You can't give him shit, but you
Okay.
can kind of throw some
Damn it.
sticks, throw some stones at him if you want to.
I'm gonna use the shiv.
You're gonna use the
No.
shiv.
No, I'm gonna just.
He would have to be
throw it
touching
the
you in order
rock.
for you to use it.
Nah, I don't want that. I'm gonna start using whatever was holding our boat together from sinking. I'm gonna start using the heavier rocks to throw it straight.
You're
at
going
the
to start ripping holes in your boat to throw at the shark, is what you're telling me.
I'm trying to think what.
Right, let me just clarify something here. You have an infinite amount of sharp sticks and stones that you've just procured from scavenging.
Let's
You
just
could
fucking
kind of
start
just throw
throwing-
them at him.
Let's start fucking chucking them at his face.
Right, throw some sharp. Give me a sharp stick roll, please. Damon, the monster's maw is so massive that simply just even looking at it, you're guaranteed a hit. Can you give me damage on that, please? Oh shit! And the stick plunges straight into the top roof, the bed of the roof of his mouth on the inside, and for some reason it does 0 damage. No, I think what is that? It does 0 piercing, but it does 5 damage. Or so I don't know. I'll take that. It does enough
Okay.
damage that the
Oh, wow.
monster feels a sharp pain in the back of its mouth. It kind of reels its head from side to side, and it goes down again into the water and pulls you once more, deterred from its approach.
Right.
Yeah. All right. All right. So and the shark pulls you once again. He makes his way into another dense rock bed, swimming further in between two sharp kind of tunnels of rocks. Dorothy, can you give me a performance check in order to try and steer again through these rocks?
For the love of God. For the love of sweet Jesus.
Oh God! So as the shark kind of recorrects its course and it kind of pulls the boat aggressively from side to side, it throws you again from side to side, and you kind of keep letting go of the wheel as you keep trying to hold on to it, and the boat kind of collides into the rock bed, takes a bunch of damage, and then gets thrown into the other side of the rock bed, taking even more damage.
Is the rope fucking cut yet?
Fuck no! And the shark ends up pulling you. And the shark ends up pulling you into another
I hate this.
No.
another stretch of vast
Jesus.
blue ocean and disappears into the water. Again,
How close
you
are we
know
to
what
shore?
you're extremely close. You know what's coming next.
Could
The
we
shark
swim?
is
Can I?
not yet.
use
No,
my animal
not
powers?
yet. All right,
Can
so Dorothy, first of all, he's coming back. Where are we looking?
Okay.
North, east, south, or west?
Can I roll perception and then tell you which way I'm looking? Or you know what? No.
No,
Can
you've
I
just
roll-
got to guess. Right now, all you're looking at is just water. Water, left, right, up and down. It's just the same. He can come from anywhere.
I'm looking south.
You're looking south. Damon, can you give me a perception check? You kind of like your ears begin to twitch. Your nose kind of like shrinks, like snivels at the.
Oh
at
no,
the,
wait. We just came from east, or.
He can come from anywhere. He can come from anywhere.
Okay, yeah. Then I'm sticking
Damon,
to it.
you get the idea that he can come from one of two places. He can either come from west or north. Where do you think he's coming from?
I want to say north, but knowing you would make him come west again.
It's a random roll. It's not in my hands. You've
Then
got
how do you know
it's
the
basically limited your 4 options to 2 options. You still have a 50-50. Well, no, yeah, you have 50-50 chance, but before you only had a 25 chance. West
Roll the
or
dice, roll
north?
that high though.
North?
That's what you gotta think.
North is what you say?
Wait, tell me the rolls again.
The numbers.
Basically, we're gonna roll a 1d20. Odds, it's west. Evens, it's north.
Oh, okay.
I want to say. Let me look at my past rolls. Let me look at my past rolls real quick.
It's just random. It's west or north. What's it
Okay,
gonna
fine. North.
North. Okay, Damon just kind of gutturally claws at his throat and kind of just enunciates the direction in which he's pretty sure it's going to come from. He kind of yells out to Dorothy, "North! He's coming from north!" Dorothy, are you going to look north or are you going to look
am.
west? All right, you end up relying on your teammate who has never let you down, and you end up looking north.
Don't play it up too much. For the love of God, sweet baby Jesus, please.
You're
Oh my
looking
God,
for evens. You're looking for evens.
Please.
You wait, you ready up your sharp sticks. Damon cocks a bow and you both look north.
For the love of God.
Sure enough, true to Damon's senses, the monster begins to rise in front of you. He was coming north all this time. Frustrated at instantly always being caught out. He charges and roars at you. This time you see tentacles coming from the back of his mouth. He's not fucking around. He comes towards you.
I wanna
Damon,
shoot
what are you doing?
5. I want to shoot 5 of them.
All right, I'll tell you
Right in
what.
the middle of
I'll give you 2 crossbow shots, and I'll give them advantage because you knew he was coming north. Dorothy,
so-
what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna throw another pair of sticks at him.
So you're gonna take 2 sticks in both hands. You're just gonna throw them as hard as
Yeah.
you can. Oh shit! Can you give me a stick roll with advantage, please? Nice. Again, both of them. The stick goes straight into the monster's maw again once more, and the bolt ends up cutting through the shaft of the stick and piercing it even further into the monster's maw, cutting
Do I
through
have
the
to roll
back
twice?
of his head. The monster reels its body. You get to see its scaly, horrible, green, sickly stomach as it goes up into the air and slams down onto the ocean bed. Can you give me a strength check in order to stay on top of the boat, please?
Can I hold on to Damon? And give
Sure,
him
you can hold on to
advantage?
Damon.
Okay. Can you get an advantage from that?
Sure.
He's gonna need it.
You gonna need it.
Oh my god.
Oh shit! As the monster throws the entirety of its body into the water, it pretty much sends your boat from being flat straight up into like a vertical plane, and you end up falling off of the boat. Dorothy, can you give me a dexterity check to see if you hang on to the boat and onto Damon? Just barely, you hang on to Dorothy. You hang on to Damon and onto the boat as the boat collides onto the water. At this point, the monster's had enough of your games, and it starts running. It starts swimming towards the rock bed here. There seems to be two sharp, massive boulders colliding together, and there's a triangular gap at the ocean as both of the rocks meet, and the shark goes swimming straight towards it. The shark doesn't anticipate how low this how tall its fin is even, and as it collides with the rock ends up shearing the entirety of its dorsal fin clean off of the shark's back, sending a cascade of blood against the rocks into the air, and with that it severs you from the dorsal fin, the wire, and the monster sinks into the depths after a ear-piercing kind of howl.
Finally. Can I request a bathroom break?
Yeah, sure. Take 5, guys. We're about to head into the hospital. All right. I'll see you guys.
Gosh.
I'll see you guys in a minute. We'll check in with Tiny and with John and see how they're feeling about everything that's
I
going
have to run
on.
downstairs to go use the restroom. Hang on a second.
Come here, doggy. My dog's not entertained. So. I bet the fucking chat's having a ball with this one.
Great.
All I have to say is I'm looking forward to being Team B in the arena.
Who do you honestly though? Do you think we're probably gonna kick in the arena?
Yeah,
This
we
is
kick
a
their ass.
this is
They don't stand a chance.
fair chance, but we got Tiny.
I was hitting Nemesis for triple their health, so I don't know what you're gonna do, guys.
I'm just saying, it looks like Team
Hey
Team A's
guys, I
gonna
am back. How are we doing?
secure the win.
Just shit talking Team B.
Shit talking Team B, get shit on current. Neither of you had any of this emotional shit. You just killed
Yeah.
babies, you fucking
Yeah.
psychopaths.
And apparently there's like someone's cheating on the other
No,
character.
no one's cheating. Everyone's playing by the rules. How? So.
No, the character.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh, that
John.
John's nephew's gonna join.
John, Tiny. How do we feel about the session so far?
Yeah, it's going good, going good.
It's going good.
Good.
Like it. Good.
That music got me.
That
The
music-
mountain music.
Yeah. I listened to it throughout the entirety. I was thinking of the funeral service for John, and I was just like, "Damn, this is heavy stuff, man." So
Yeah.
I
I
liked
was
it.
missing
I really liked it.
before we.
The chat was entirely crying faces.
Oh, were they? I didn't see. I was
Really?
too busy. All my attention was on seeing. It has been throughout since we started on seeing on the A team because, yeah, I wanted that to be like, you know, like that's
Well, it certainly fucking hurt him.
did it good. That's what it was supposed to do. But I thought it was a nice little tribute to John. Because we didn't get time to say goodbye to John. We kind of got a little bit of a memorial for Tiny after the end of Scenario A. But with John, it was like, oh yeah, John died as well. Because it's like, we didn't plan that. We didn't plan that. It's like, oh, yeah, and John died. You know, so with this,
That was so. Oh my god.
with this, I wanted to be, okay.
Yep.
You've now got the
Yes.
time and the place to kind of fully digest and process that John's gone.
He was too strong to live.
He was too strong to live. He was too powerful for this earth.
Must nerf.
Self nerf.
So, yeah, must nerf falls on Blade. It's for the game's balance.
To delete this character.
That's what I get for min-maxing. Oh. I still want a zombie John
delivery
fight.
driver. What fight?
Someone asked for a zombie John fight.
I
No,
will be a zombie in the arena.
no, John's not a zombie. He wasn't infected. He simply just gave out to the immense trauma that was put on him.
Okay, I'm back.
All
I
right.
was a bit sad you guys
Oh,
didn't
I
even
don't
try
know.
to roll a
Oops,
medicine
my
check.
spider bee.
I tried to resuscitate the skeleton. Yeah, nah, that ain't working. All right.
Nat
Wait, what
20.
happened?
That's 20. Oh no, you've created. Oh, here we go. That's why that's probably what I'd have to stop in at DM and just. I'd probably make some horrible shit like saying, "Oh, you kind of managed to get a death rattle out of John, and you thought he said something, but really it was just like death breath."
The
All right.
gases.
Yeah. All right. Are we back, Damon?
Yeah, I
Ready?
just ran downstairs to use the restroom.
All right. How we doing, guys? Before we jump back in, we having a good
Are
time?
you guys liking it so far?
Man.
I hate to say this, but in about 20 minutes, I will have to go to work.
Oh no!
No!
Ruined! It's ruined now. Oh well, we'll
Are
see.
we
We'll see. It's
ruined?
definitely. I don't think it's gonna take longer. I don't think it's gonna be as quick as 20 minutes, but we're kind of at the end. All right.
No!
Oh no! Are we ready to get back into
Don't you
Shattered
Not now
memories?
that I know what
I'm
I'm
born.
done.
For some reason my waves aren't working. I'm just gonna check to see if the music's working. There we go.
I can hear the waves.
Oh, I couldn't. All right. Well, as long as you guys could. All right. Are we ready to get back into the session, guys?
Yeah.
Sure am.
All right. So the shark rips its dorsal fin as it collides into the small gap of the rocks. It separates you from the shark, and the monster just kind of sinks back into the dark, dank abyss of the ocean, just leaving a grim, dark red puddle of blood where it last was. Your boat is without a motor, and you just kind of end up drifting towards the shore of Raccoon City. Is at this point, the boat kind of collides with the coast, and you end up doing the same as before. You pull the boat onto the shore. Dorothy, you see Damon kind of just writhing in the box. He's kind of trying to keep it together. I mean, he could probably walk, he could probably do something, but he's in so much pain that he's not 100%, to say the least.
I'm gonna carry him.
You're going to carry him, Damon. Do you accept this?
Sure.
All right, so with that you start to get burn wounds over your arms, kind of like, well, not burn wounds, but rather that your skin is getting very red at how hot Damon's body is. It's insane how he's even able to stay alive, let alone remain conscious. You end up spending what seems like most of the day kind of navigating the streets, the alleyways of Raccoon City. You narrowly avoid hordes of zombies kind of like roaming on the streets, and even people who have kind of lost their minds and start kind of shooting people and screaming at people. It's absolute chaos in the city. You've had to kind of rely purely on yourselves in order to get towards Raccoon Hospital, but eventually you do so. But it takes most of the day, and at this point, night is already broken.
Hey.
You end up outside Raccoon Hospital. The entrance is completely clean, no breaks or smashes or anything like that yet. But you end up into the Raccoon Hospital, and the front door is kind of like open to greet you. You have Damon in your body who's giving off steam, and kind of like you kind of hear sometimes his skin kind of like cackles in the heat. What are we doing, Dorothy?
I'm gonna stealth, and I'm gonna try to see if there's we're on the first floor, right? Or
You're going to be entering the first floor, that's right.
Okay, I want to roll perception to see if there's anyone or anything.
Alright, give me a perception check, please.
Should I do stealth and then perception, or?
Yeah, sure. Whatever order you like.
Perception.
Alright, so you don't need to have keen eyes or senses in order to be able to perceive the undead, the familiar horrifying gurgles and gnashing of teeth. They have all of their backs towards you, however, as they seem to be slamming onto a door at the far end of the reception hall. And you also they're so busy with trying to get through this door that they don't even notice you enter.
Shit. Back forward street. Okay.
Alright, let me just get stuff ready. Alright, and I get you in here. Yeah, for some reason I couldn't get your guys' health is a bit... I'm just gonna have to deal with it. It's, I think it was like 7, and like yours is like 9, something like that. There we go. I'll just do it on the fly. Okay.
Give us 1 health.
Yeah. So you enter the hospital. Strangely, the cleanest place you've seen in a long time, despite the fact that there are a grouping of the undead slamming, kicking, and just kind of ramming their bodies against the door. With each successful kind of like thud of the zombies, you hear someone or a bunch of people inside the other side of the door, kind of screaming and asking for help.
Damon, can you...
Damon can do whatever he wants within reason. He can walk around and stuff, but he is in a lot of pain. All it's really doing is kind of inhibiting him somewhat.
Is it possible... Well, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, could one of us still use the crossbow, or do you want to use the crossbow and try to...
Either one of you could use the crossbow.
Because I was gonna put Damon either over here for a second,
okay,
or over here, and then just try to take these guys out. Unless this is another door right here.
That is another door right there. That is a door to an elevator.
Don't take the elevator.
Yeah.
If you're going to move to try and lay down Damon somewhere, you've got to give me a stealth check in order to try and avoid being detected by the undead. With advantage, because they're very fixated on getting through this door.
Could we get close and then use the crossbow to shoot them?
Sure, you can do that, but you can do it with advantage because again, they're not there. Like some of them are just kind of standing there with their head kind of just limp, while the ones closer to the door are kind of like really aggressively going at the door.
I have an idea. Do I still have rocks?
You have enough rocks and sharp sticks. You've kind of made like a quiver of them in a sense. You know what I mean? You've got a bunch of them on hand.
If I throw the rocks, can I get them to go over here?
Sure. Can you give me a dexterity check, please, on the rock throw?
Just to see if they'll move.
Yeah. So you throw the rocks. You throw the rock over to the elevator, somewhat so it actually ends up hitting the panel of the elevator, and it kind of creates like a ding kind of sound as the elevators kind of call into action, and it gets the attention of two of the zombies as they come over and investigate the elevator.
All right. So now they're separated. We can try. These ones haven't noticed us, right?
No one's noticed you.
We can try to stealth and like just stab them, kill them.
Oh, could do that.
Or we can crossbow them. Damon, which one do you want to...
You could do both. I mean, there's two of them.
Dorothy, since I'm in pain, do you want to stealth shank them in the head, and then I can try to shoot one and shoot the other ones by the elevator? Or do you want to...
I'll try to shank these two, because I don't think we need to kill these two as long as they're not focused on like what's happening here. So can I try to shank this one?
Right, you're gonna have to give me a stealth check with advantage to get up close to the zombies, and then you can try and shank them if you want to.
Shank them in the head.
Right, you successfully kind of lower your stance, kind of like a cat prowling in the night. You kind of just slink over towards them. Successfully, you get in between both of the zombies. What would you like to do?
Can I be like freaking cover? I just have my crossbow kind of like making sure she doesn't get.
So you're readying an action to shoot, is what you're saying?
Yeah, just in case.
All right, so you kind of like you kind of grimace in pain and you're kind of hunched over, but you end up leaning into the crossbow and you kind of roughly gauging where Dorothy is, ready to kind of anticipate any threat that comes towards her. Dorothy, what are we doing?
I'm gonna quietly shank this. Wait, is this one facing the wall?
Yeah, he's kind of like he's hitting the vending machines to the left. He's just kind of going at them because of the bright lights and the strange sounds they make, kind of get his attention. I'm
gonna get rid of him.
Okay, can you give me...
have an advantage on
right. Let me... I gotta get a shank. I gotta get a shank for you.
I can just use sharp stick. Maybe?
You
Yeah,
have,
okay,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
my
Yeah,
glass.
you could, yeah, give me. No, actually, no, because it's a different weapon type that's for.
Okay.
So let me just get this real quick. All right, Dorothy, character sheet, and there we go. And here we go. Can you give me a shank roll, please?
Got it.
All right, so the monster's just kind of just standing there and looking at the vending machine. You go to stab it, but the rotten flesh kind of pierces into him, but then it just kind of it kind of diverges the blade into other areas, and you don't get quite a clean, deep cut. Can you give me damage on that, please? Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't do enough to kill him, and he kind of like tries to spin his head around, like breaking some vertebrae in his neck to try and look at you.
Can I hit him with
Crack
the
his
rock?
neck. Crack
That
his neck.
Oh, no, I'm gonna...
that was your turn. Right now, I'm looking at what
Oh, okay.
Damon's gonna do. Damon, what are you doing?
Can I kind of just look at Dorothy and kind of try to painfully make like a head, like a head cracking motion to.
Yeah, sure. At this point, the zombie that she stabbed has kind of like turned its head and is kind of like side eyeing her from as far as its neck can turn.
Yeah, and if I were to shoot my crossbow, would it make a loud sound, or is it just?
That depends if it hits or not. If it hits, it won't make a loud sound. But if it doesn't hit and it collides with like a wall, it'll make kind of like a tinging kind of sound as it bounces off the hard surface.
Okay, can I try to shoot the one that's hitting the door?
Okay, yeah, sure. You can give me a crossbow
in
roll.
the head?
Yeah, give me a
Yeah.
Hold on,
crossbow
let me
roll.
move out of the way first. There you go.
Headshot. I want to try to do a headshot.
All right,
Okay.
give me a shot, please, with the crossbow.
For the love of God.
Oh, here we go.
If you shoot me, I'll cry.
All right, the crossbow flies through the air. It just barely misses Dorothy, but indeed collides into the head of the zombie, slamming against Orky. Give me damage, please. And with that, the zombie's head kind of like headbutts the door with the force of the bolt hitting it, and it just kind of slides down. Its face sliding down the door, motionless and still. At this point, the zombie turns around and it looks at Dorothy, who's got her glass blade deeply into its neck, and it takes a swing at her. And it hits. It ends up kind of like flailing one of its arms at Dorothy, dealing 3 damage.
Shit.
Yeah, not good. All right, Dorothy, your turn.
Does it have a jaw?
Yes.
Dang it. Can I use... Did I use a stick or I used a shank?
You
Can I
used a
pull the
glass
shit
shank.
out?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Can
so it's like
can I
you
stab
stabbed
it
it and he
straight
turned
in?
around and then you pulled it out and he's attacking you now. So
yeah,
now,
and can I stab it just straight into it?
yeah, so now you've got a better look at his head. You can give me a shank attack, please. But needless to say, you kind of jam it into his head, and his head kind of like it diverts to glass blade because it's a glass blade. It's not metal. It's not that tough, and the blade shard kind of chips and it kind of falls into his eye instead. But it doesn't do much other than to just deteriorate an already rotten face. Nah, you're not giving me damage on that. Damon, you're up. You see Dorothy plant a glass shard deep into the zombie's face. He seems undeterred by it.
I'm gonna back up too. Take a couple steps back.
Can I try to take the zombie out
Yeah, sure. You can give me a crossbow
with my
roll.
crossbow?
Yeah.
Again, for the love of God. Okay.
Oh, and again you load up a crossbow bolt and you fire it straight into the side of the zombie. Dorothy's struggling with the zombie as it's flaying at her. Then she suddenly sees a bolt cut through the side of his head and then come out the other side. Can you give me damage on that, please? Oh, and that's enough to just send the zombie onto the floor, motionless.
I'm gonna take these out.
Yeah, so Dorothy, it's your turn. It's your turn now. What would you like to do?
Is it necessary to kill them? Because they're still focused on.
It's only necessary
thing, right?
if you deem it so. It's up to you.
Can I peek inside here really quick? Is there a window or is it
No,
just
it's a completely solid door.
Uh,
I feel like we should kill these guys first,
yeah.
just in case if we try to open the door, then they won't come at us.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. Can I... I'm gonna use the sharp... I'm gonna use the sharp stick.
You're gonna throw the sharp stick at them.
No, I was gonna use stealth and then try to...
Oh, you're
stab
gonna sneak up to them and stab them with it. Okay. So can you roll stealth for me, please, as you make your approach over to the zombies at the
This
elevator?
is gonna suck.
Oh God!
Whoops!
As you go to stealth, you kind of trip over the legs of one of the other zombies, and you fall down onto the ground, making a loud kind of like clapping slap, like a bare feet on a tiled floor. It gets the attention of the zombies. Both of them see you face down on the floor, and they make their approach over towards you.
Jesus!
Both taking a swing at you. One of them tries to swipe at you on the ground, but completely misses. The other one bends down and tries to bite you, and it also misses. Holy shit! Damon, what are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot crazy.
Advantage.
I'm gonna try to like shoot them both in the head.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to Deadpool that shit.
All right. Well, if you get a critical roll, sure. If it's only good though, you're killing one of them maybe. All right. Can you give me a crossbow roll, please?
Okay. Oh shit! What did I do? No, I don't wanna. Okay. Okay. For the love of God, please, hallelujah. Oh my God.
Oh God! You fire the crossbow bolt, and it kind of instead of whizzing into the zombies, you kind of panic. You see Dorothy about to kind of meet her demise. You shoot at the zombies who have already made themselves into small targets as they come down to try and feast on your friend. And as you do so, you fire the bolt, and it goes straight into the side of Dorothy.
Did it hit?
I hit Dorothy.
Yeah, it hits Dorothy. It kind of chips into the ground as it pierces into her, though, and only does 1 damage to her.
Oh God.
Dorothy, it's your go. You're on the ground, and both these zombies are crouched down, trying to paw at you.
Can I kind of roll and then get back onto my feet?
Yeah, sure. Can you give me a athletics check to get back to your feet, please?
Oh, cool, athletics, which I have a -1.
Okay, you managed to kind of like scramble and kind of like kick your way past the zombies, kind of like booting them in the face as they try and like bite onto your shoes, and you managed to kind of like shimmy back up against the vending machines and get to your feet.
Can I climb onto the vending machine?
That's going to be the rest of your turn, I think. You spent most of it kind of like trying to get to your feet and get away from them. Damon, what are you doing?
Do I have any animal instincts happening right now?
All right.
I just want to become full wolf mode.
Full wolf mode. You
No.
want that? Ooh, maybe. Who knows? Right. So, your perceptions kind of like at the moment they kind of come and go as the infection is kind of pulsating through you. It's trying to take over you, but it hasn't got a firm grip yet. In the moments that it does, you have like a keen heightened senses, but right now you don't. All you do is receive and feel pain. You see Dorothy kind of pinned up against the vending machine. She looks a bit startled, and the other zombies are kind of coming towards them. They have no idea of your presence right now.
Okay, then I'm gonna try to use my crossbow again.
Okay. Give me a
You might want to
crossbow,
get
please.
closer, then could they
Yeah.
get an advantage if they're closer?
All right, can you give me a
Yeah.
stealth check, please? If you're gonna
This
get closer
is gonna
to.
suck. Yeah, that's
Oh
good.
wow! You managed to stealth up right up to them. How would you like to position yourself? To the side, behind them?
Is there a way that I wanna like fucking get him, kill 2 with 1, and I really want that to happen.
It's all in the rolls. It's all in the rolls. It depends It depends what you
Okay.
roll. I'll
Okay.
allow it if you get a critical roll.
I'm gonna try to shoot them both in the head. Yeah, it's a risky
Okay,
move.
so you're
but I
going
wanna-
straight up. You're going straight to the side of them, and you're aiming both of their heads in line. You fire your crossbow bolt with advantage.
Okay, for the love of God, please, Jesus, hallelujah, amen. Damn.
Wow!
Good.
And it does successfully
Good.
pierce through the one closest towards you. He makes kind of like a guttural as the bolt kind of goes through his head. Can you give me damage on that, please?
Okay. Okay.
And again, that's enough to send him. He kind of like collides against the other zombie as the zombie kind of gets pushed into the wall around here before this one dies. Now this time the zombie kind of like being pushed kind of gets like a physical kind of like detection. He kind of like looks around to see what moved him, and he sees you right next to his fallen undead brother. He comes towards you instead and takes a swing.
Woo!
And he rolls a fat 2 and misses. So you kind of like your small stature kind of like makes it so that the zombie's awkward. He just kind of stands there, kind of just lowers his head down, just kind of throws his arms from side to side trying to get you. But he just hits air. All right, Dorothy. Dorothy, you're up. You see the zombie kind of like trying to go after Damon, currently unsuccessfully.
Can I use? Is there anything on this?
Nothing on the table except for like waiting room magazines, basically.
What about this?
There seems to be a computer there that seems to light up with a map of the hospital.
If I were to grab the chair and hit him with the chair, how much can I do that?
I don't think it would do as much damage as to say the weapons you have on your person.
Dang it! All right, I'm gonna use. Can I get a running attack and shank him?
Okay, sure. Can you give me an athletics check as well onto that?
Uh-oh.
Okay, with the athletics, you get an advantageous shot at plunging your shank. Was it a shank? Yeah, into the zombie. And as you do so, you pierce the shank into the back of the zombie's head and lift him up with the force of your momentum before kind of like slamming down onto the ground, killing him instantly.
Asshole.
Good job. And with that, the banging barrage and the gnashing teeth and the guttural groans cease.
Can I check the computer first before I go open it?
Sure. So checking at the computer, you get an overlay, an outline of each floor of the hospital. Right now, for some reason, the second floor is illuminated in a red kind of color to tell you that it seems to be there's too many patients on this floor.
Can we see where the stairs are?
The stairs seem to be completely damaged and barricaded, and they're untraversable. It seems to be that the elevator's your only way up.
Can we roll perception to see if there's any like supplies, like health sprays by the desk, like an emergency box?
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check. Alright, so looking around, you see nothing but files on the desk, but then you kind of check the drawers of the receptionists, as you get an idea that this is where they would kind of keep their more personal belongings. And inside the drawer, you do see a green herb in front of you.
Which one of us is at low health?
So Damon is at 7 health, and Dorothy is at 5.
I'm gonna save it for now.
Okay. You also get a notification message on the PC telling you of a warning that seems to be widespread across the hospital. It's telling you to stay away from using the 3rd floor prototype beds on patients. For there seems to be patients who have already been subjected to the beds have already had a 100% mortality rate. They're simply not ready for public use. They're designed in order to remove all sorts of contagions and viruses from the bloodstream by creating thousands of micro traumas within the blood vessels, essentially trying to bleed out the contagion from the host. But it turns out it bleeds out the host themselves. They end up just dying of internal wounds.
Can we check this door really quick? Can we call out to see if anyone
Sure.
responds?
What do you do?
I'm just gonna kind of knock like a normal person, like, hey, is anyone in there? We're not whatever the fuck these things are. And she kind of kicks at one of the zombies. She just kind of...
Alright, so the moment they hear some kind of movement, some kind of force against the door, even if it was just a knocking, they're still out there! Get away from the door!
Okay, cool.
They seem to be freaking out.
And I'm like,
is it possible I could get like a piece of paper thing and slide it under the door and write "We're human, it's good"?
Yeah, sure. So you get a piece of paper, and what are you doing exactly with it?
I want to get a pencil and write on it, and it's all good. We're human. Trying to open the door. It's safe. We killed zombies.
It's all good. We're human. Try and open a door. It's safe. All right. Okay. So you open that and you slide it through the gap of the door into the room. At the sight of the paper coming on the door, the skittish people on the other side, you hear a scream at the reveal of the paper. It's like, get away from it! Get away from it! It's like, "Wait, what the fuck?" Yeah, you kind of hear some murmurs like, not too, can't quite discern what it is, but eventually. You hear the kind of crumpling of paper being picked up from the floor. And the other person, there seems to be someone immediately on the other side of the door. And he says, and he's reading it out loud. It's all good. Open the door. I think there's survivors on the other side. And the other guy, some other voice inside the room tells him, it's a monster trick! Don't fall for it! Get away from the door! Like, I don't know, man. They seem... I think there's people out there.
Can I like go under the door and be like, these monsters can't speak. They just growl. We're not growling.
So the guy immediately on the other side of the door kind of shrieks as soon as he hears the voice coming from underneath the door. But eventually, he hears what you're saying. And it makes sense. Can you give me a persuasion check, please?
It's gonna fail, but let's do it.
So you kind of say it, but you're bending down like this, so you're having to talk like this. So it kind of sounds a bit weird. He's like, I don't know what if you're like a mutated freak? You can still think and talk, but you're still one of them.
Can Dorothy kind of?
Yeah, just try to talk to him, Dorothy. Just be like, well, my name's Dorothy. You know, we escaped. I don't know.
Okay.
Can I say can I roll persuasion and then say what I want to say?
No, you can't. You can say what you want to say and then roll persuasion.
She's kind of banging on the door and now she's panicking. She's like, look, we have a child with us. He's in need of care, and I don't know how long he's gonna last. He's not infected. He just needs help.
Okay.
And she's just kind of panicking.
Okay, give me persuasion that, please. Then I hate 12 rolls. It's kind of like that middle ground. You don't know what to do with it. Yeah. So there's a moment of silence as they kind of contemplate your words. Two different voices seem human. They gave them a note. I don't know. All right, here's the deal. We're gonna open the door slowly. If you do anything, we've got guns in here. We'll shoot you.
I doubt. She kind of mutters.
Before they open the door, can I take off like my jacket or something and wrap it around my face? And I have like wolf face.
Okay, yeah. So you wrap the jacket. You kind of obscure the fact that you're half monster. Before the door opens, you kind of quickly just tie the sleeves behind your head, and you kind of mask yourself. You just look at them. Your face is kind of like a bandana, kind of covering half of your face. It's kind of just like drooped over your head, kind of like crazily. And you see, and the door opens, and you're greeted by a shaking gun coming through the gap. And it kind of slowly opens even more to reveal a man in a doctor's uniform with a gun, looking completely distraught, looking at you. So you're not one of them?
Dorothy.
No. No.
Oh, Tiny's gotta go! Alright, Tiny buddy. Alright, mate. Well, you have a great one, buddy. I hope you enjoyed the session.
Have fun at work.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. You have a great day. And hopefully you'll get to see the ending when you come back, and hopefully you'll like it.
See you guys on Twitter.
Take care, buddy. You have a good one. Thank you for being in Scenario A.
Bye.
Die, alright? Don't die.
Don't die. Rule number 1. Alright. Says, you're not one of them, are you? He's kind of like just shaking his gun from both of one of you. Like,
No, but I
either
need
side.
medical attention.
Why? Did one of them bite you? Is that what this is? Are you infected?
No! He's not
No.
bitten. Dorothy's kind of hiding him again.
Nothing
behind
bit
him.
me. I was shot by a crazy. They gave me a shot. I don't know.
Show me where you've been shot.
No, not with a gun, with a needle. I'm trying to like lie my way.
Oh, okay. Okay, give me a deception check, please.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
you kind of lie through your half canine teeth, and it's not quite. It's not. He's not buying it. He's too on edge, and he's a medical professional himself. He knows what to look for when it comes to needle kind of attacks, gun attacks, you name it, stab attacks. He knows what he's looking for, and right now, your reluctance to kind of show him what he wants to see only puts him on edge even more. You fucking no! You're lying! You're lying!
Okay.
What's with the jacket on the head? Huh? Show me! Show me what's on your head!
I'll promise to
Can
show
I grab
you.
the gun?
No.
Okay. Can you give me? Are you trying to get the gun?
No.
He's aiming it at. I'm telling you.
He's about to pull the trigger. He's about to pull the trigger.
I'm fucking grabbing the gun.
You grab the gun.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
can you give me a
snap it
dexterity
out of
check,
him.
please?
I'm so sorry. I don't want him to shoot you. I don't want to get shot.
Oh my God.
You lunge for the gun just as he's about to pull the trigger, convinced that she's one of them, just trying to do some kind of monstrous trick. You grab the gun, and you just manage to barely pull it to the side as he discharges the weapon, and the bullet flies right past you. Roll for initiative.
Oh shit. Do I have the gun now though?
No, you were wrestling with the doctor to get the gun.
Do you want me to also do it?
Tell you what, yeah, both of you, just give, so if you look, all right, so Dorothy gave me some initiative, nice, 21,
That'll be-
dang. Okay, Damon, if you, how'd you roll for initiative about the thing? It was like, you click
There
on,
you go.
you got it, nice, there we go, I'll just add you in, sick, good stuff, all right, add turn, and 11, okay. Sorted.
Hey, that's my age.
All right. At this point, the door gets flown open as you try to take the gun away from the scientist, revealing that there was indeed another man inside the room with him who also has a gun, and he's freaking out now because he's just seen this woman just try and grab the gun.
Oh fuck.
All right, so he takes a shot towards Dorothy, and he completely misses, shooting his friend in the back of the shoulder.
Does he drop the gun? Do I have any?
So the guy so the guy kind of loosens his grip on the gun, but he's still holding on to it. He fires another shot into the floor, and he just screams in pain. All right, Dorothy, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to, Can I try to hit? Can I have one gun still trying to pull it, and then try to punch him?
Right, so you're gonna have to give me a strength check to see if you still successfully wrestle with him with the gun, and then what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to punch him.
You're trying
Like,
to punch
pull
him.
in.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
go like that.
Wow. Okay.
Can I get an advantage since his shoulder's shot now?
Yeah. All right. You get advantage because he's got a busted shoulder as he's holding onto the gun. Oof. Okay. What's that? That 7-8 was your roll, right?
No, wasn't it 17? Because we just did initiative. Or
Okay, I'll take the 17.
I don't know which one because
I'll take the 17. You managed to able to kind of like rip the gun out of his wrist, and it kind of, yeah, as you twist his arm, and his arm kind of like rotates in pain, kind of exacerbating the wound in the back of his shoulder as the bullet kind of digs deeper in his shoulder blade. And he kind of screams even more. You have the gun by the barrel now, and now you're good doing what exactly?
I'm gonna punch him.
You're gonna punch him. All right, can you give me a strength check, please? Strength roll, sorry. Yeah. All right, and you go to punch him, but he's just flailing, kind of moving his head from side to side in pain, and you end up just punching air. Damon, what are you doing?
But I do have the gun, right?
You have the gun by the barrel now, yes.
Can I open my shark mouth and take out the apples that I put in there? And
So you've got apples. Okay, you've got the shark. You got the apples in the shark mouth. Yeah, and what are you doing with them?
I want to make like a peace offering.
A peace offering.
I have food. And, like I have 2 apples.
Right, you're going to need to give me a critical persuasion check on that, please.
I want to try. Oh my goodness. Goodness.
Pretty sure it's apples, not bananas.
Yeah, this is fucking. This is apples, mate. All right, persuasion. All right, yeah. So are you wearing the shark head, or you just have it on your side?
I kind of have it on my side.
You have it on your side. You kind of like pry open the sharks more, and the scientist looks at you as you're opening this monster's severed head, and opening his razor sharp maw. And he kind of just screams in horror and in pain, like, "What the fuck is going on? Who are these people? What the fuck?" And you
attacking this man.
Okay.
I'm gonna bite the shit out of him.
Meanwhile, the other scientist is like, "What the fuck's going on? Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to." Oh! And he fires another shot. This time at Dorothy.
No.
No.
And it misses barely. Barely. It hits the door frame right next to you and the scientist. Dorothy, you'll go. You tried to punch the scientist. You've got the gun by the pistol by the barrel. What are you doing?
Dorothy never learned how to shoot a gun, so she's trying to figure out how. And she's shaking, but she.
Well, she's fired many a shotgun and rifles in the past.
That's
That
true.
was pure luck.
Pure luck. She didn't know jack shit about luck. She first kind of waves it at the other doctor. She's like, "Stay back, stay over there," and before whipping it back towards the doctor that's attacking Damon.
Right, is there an intimidation roll or a persuasion roll maybe? If there's no intimidation, if there is no intimidation, give me persuasion. But if there is, give me an intimidation one.
Yeah, there's an intimidation.
Right, can you give me an intimidation roll, please? As you've got the gun and you're like, "Don't fucking move, cunts." Right, you pull the gun out and you wave it at them. Right, don't move. Now all they see is that the monster has shark faces and they have guns now. They're even more dangerous. Holy shit, we definitely need to kill them now. And they seem undeterred by trying to finish you off.
Shit.
Right, Damon. Damon, what are you doing?
Okay. Can I slowly, move my shark head away from me and take off like my wolf pellet coat thing and kind of just like kick it away from me and trying to tell him it's fine. I just need a doctor right now. And he's saying to me, like, I don't know.
Right, so are you revealing your infection to the doctor? Is that what you're saying? Like you're revealing the fur?
Let's go with yes.
Alright, so you drop the shark head, you pull off the cloak, and you kind of like lift up your shirt to kind of like show him your body, and that just that freaks him out even more. I knew it, they're a fucking monster! And they just keep freaking out, lashing, even in a crazy frenzy, even further. And the guy tries to strike at you with the scalpel even more. However, in his sudden disorientated frenzy, he just saw the shark face. Now he's got a gun pointed to him, and he sees the weird fur on the child's body. He's completely overwhelmed with overinformation, and he just slashes at air around you, trying to cut away at your throat and your face. While the other one with the gun in the back takes another shot at Dorothy now that he sees that she's got a gun, and again shoots his friend in the back, killing him. Kills his friend, but at this point, he's frothing at the mouth. He sees his friend die. You monsters! You killed him! And he keeps firing shots at you.
How many shots has he fired?
He fired 3. He shot his friend with 2 of them, and he shot one at the door frame.
3, 4. So how many did he have to begin with?
Oh, he's got enough bullets to just keep shooting at you until this encounter's over.
Okay.
Alright.
I was gonna say how many were in the round, but
Dorothy,
what were you saying?
what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to intimidate him. I'm gonna tell him that more of us are coming, and he better just give up.
Okay,
No,
can you give me?
Wait a second.
Oh,
There
are more of us, and we're coming. Yeah, he's already on edge. He's lost it now. He's like fucking bloodshot in the eyes. He just killed a man, but he's in such a frenzy that he's convinced you did this.
You might as well kill him off.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna fucking
Get him out of his misery.
Can I run and hide behind this couch and then try to shoot him?
All right, sure. Can you give me an athletics check to see if you can kind of get underneath the couch before he fires another shot? All right, he tried to make a break for the couch, and he takes that as an approach, as a threat. You're coming to get him now. It's his turn to die instead of his friend now that he's dead. And he freaks out, and he goes to try and take another shot at you. So you make it to the couch, but that's all you're able to do.
Okay.
Damon, what are you doing? You see Dorothy run into the room, and you see the scientist pull out his gun, and he's about to shoot her right in the face. They're basically 2 feet away from each other. He's got a clean shot on Dorothy. What do you do?
I'll take out my crossbow and shoot him in the arm.
Oh, crossbow shot. Can you give me advantage on that, please? Because he's distracted and focused fully on Dorothy.
That's not bad.
Alright, and with that, a bolt flies through the air, whizzing past Dorothy's shoulder, catching some of her hair in the process, and the bolt goes straight into the doctor's head. He kind of stumbles on the floor from her, and he kind of makes weird kind of choking noises before he kind of just flops onto the chair and dies.
He wouldn't listen.
That's what happens when y'all don't listen!
That's fine. I'm like, I get up and I'm kind of using the couch as like leverage to push myself out. Let's grab these guns. Let's search this room. She's not even trying to think about the fucking shit show that just happened. She just wants to get stuff. Wait a second. Why do we still have initiative? Is there another enemy in here?
No.
Oh.
You're done.
I want to scavenge.
Yeah, can we scavenge? Can I get this gun off this dude?
Yeah,
Like,
you
whatever.
scavenge, you find, inside the lockers you find a first aid spray, and you find another note in the doctor's pockets that again reiterate the message that was declared to all doctors within Raccoon Hospital, warning you of the prototype beds on 3rd floor that are meant to remove or stifle any kind of infection or contagion, but at a very kind of aggressive cost.
She kind of sighs and tucks the note in her pocket of her uniform shirt, kind of like the little breast pocket.
Yeah.
She kind of puts it there for a second.
I'm
And
gonna take off my stupid thing.
yeah, do you want to? What health is Damon at?
Oh.
Damon's at 4 health.
You should probably. What is mine at? Mine doesn't even have any.
Yours is
dead.
at 5 right now, so you're both looking pretty fucked.
I'll take.
Can we split the green herb?
No, you can't split a green herb. Only one person can consume a green herb for 4 hit points. But you do also have a first aid spray that you found in the lockers, which heal you completely.
I was gonna say Damon take the first spray, and I'll take the herb.
Okay, so you're going to heal yourself for 4 hit points. Is that right, Dorothy?
Yeah.
Is that
and,
PlayStation
Damon-
2?
No, you had a PlayStation 1. No one's managed to recognize that console successfully in this campaign. Last session they went.
Raptor pointed it
Last
out.
session we had Victor go. Is that an
Yeah.
Xbox? Like, are you fucking serious? Yeah,
At
they-
least I guess it was a PlayStation.
You got the
Yeah.
you got the right brand. Yeah, you got the right company that it's from. All right. And Damon, are you consuming the first aid spray for to fully heal
Yes.
yourself? Okay, so you
Yes, I
fully.
am.
Oh Jesus, you fully heal yourself, bring you back up to 16 hit points.
Alright, I want to also take off the bandana thing and put on my shark helmet.
Okay.
Shark helmet's back.
So now you're putting on the shark helmet. Okay.
Was there anything else in the lockers? Or
Nah, that seems to be it for now. It seems to be a very kind of messy like break room. You get the smell of cigar smoke and the smell of beer. You see beer and kind of like playing cards on the table. Video games in the corner and like a TV that probably used for betting on or playing video games on. All in all, it kind of speaks a different story as to like the professional nature of the doctors that work in this hospital.
Can I check the doctor, or can I get the other gun the doctor had? So I have the 2.
Yeah, sure.
Sweet. Was
Well,
there
I'm just
any
gonna
food in the
stand
vending
around
machine?
and
Sorry, what did you say, Dorothy?
Oh no,
No,
I asked
sorry.
if there was. Oh, sorry. Any food in the vending machine?
Yeah, however, it requires some kind of coin currency.
break that shit
Okay.
open.
Yeah. Can I use like the rock?
Yeah,
Can I
sure.
wrap my
So,
hand up in the
so
coat
can you
thing?
give me a strength check, please?
I want chips, Dorothy. I want Doritos.
All right, so you make
Doritos.
a massive kind of like dent into the glass of one of the vending machines, but not enough to break it. Instead, it kind of sends a nasty kind of sharp pain running up your elbow.
Can Damon?
Can
you
I
wanna try?
headbutt it? Cause I
No!
have the shark
Oh
head.
yeah, you could. Just be
I have
careful.
the
of your
shark
head.
head. I want to headbutt it.
Alright, can you give me a athletics check, please? So Damon runs and kind of like just runs and dives straight at the cracked vending machine, sending the shark face into a cascade of broken glass. But lo and behold, his teeth managed to catch onto a Stars bar.
No,
Ooh, delicious.
I'm taking that. Take all the snacks, put it in my shark
Can we
bag.
eat all of the snacks?
You could gorge on the snacks if you want to bring yourself back to full health if you'd like.
I'm already full
Yeah.
health. I just want the snacks.
You're at full health. Dorothy,
I'm still taking some.
are you going to gorge on the snacks?
Oh hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Take
Okay.
Sony Pop while you're at
Sorted.
it.
And that brings you back to 18 health, I believe.
Yeah. My hair. Yeah, it's not showing up on.
Yeah. For some reason it fucked up. It's no biggie though. All right. So,
Okay.
and with that, that seems like the first floor seems to be fully explored. All that's left is the elevator. At this point, Damon's infection starts to kick in even more. He starts to writhe more in pain.
Yeah, God damn it.
You get the idea, looking back at the note, at the PC even, that the only cure he has, the only hope he has, is to try this aggressive procedure and endure the prototype bed.
I go and I hit the button for the elevator, and I kind of kneel down for a second and kind of gesture. I keep thinking Damon's like 8 or 9, but he's like 10 already.
He's a very innocent 11-year-old.
Can you give me a
Very
perception
innocent.
check, please, Dorothy?
Oh fuck.
Okay. You hit the button of the elevator. Nothing happens. But then you hear a strange kind of like electronic whirring, as if a camera is zooming in. You look over into the corner and you see a camera kind of resharpen its lens, kind of like its lens is kind of somewhat extending out and looking at you. Eventually, after a long delay of you pushing the button, the elevator cackles to life and starts to vibrate as it comes down from the 3rd floor and opens, dings, welcoming you on the 1st floor.
Can I see the camera? I want to flip it off.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Damon sees the camera and gives him the finger for sure.
Yes. Just doing what John taught me. I'm very innocent. Hey, I'm just doing what John does. I'm just
All right, so
following his example.
the elevator opens, and you're greeted by an illuminated metal square. Are you going to enter the elevator?
Before I step inside,
No.
can I talk to Damon for a sec?
Sure.
I kind of crouch a little bit and I show him the note, and I'm like, the monitor said something about the 9th or the 3rd floor. There might be something to help you, but I don't know what the fuck could be waiting up there for us, or what it's, what it could do to you. We can go look around more on the 2nd floor, but I don't think, I think our odds are better off if we try to heal you first. Do you want to go to the 3rd floor and try to get this shit fixed for you? And she kind of like gestures to his face a bit. Or do you want to take our chances with other people looking around on the 2nd?
Well, I need to find my parents first. I don't know if they'll be
You're
in
not
the
gonna do this.
hospital. Is there
Yeah,
any way
you-
to check records on the computers to see?
Yeah, sure. Damon goes through the records and checks, and but he can't seem to find anything relating to his surname.
Which is Knight, by the way. If anyone wants
Oh,
to.
Damon Knight.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So nothing against there's no Mr. or Mrs. Knight or anything like that.
Dorothy kind of leans against. I don't know if you're going to be able to make it to see your parents in this kind of condition.
It's very true.
Okay, fine. Let's go see if we can get myself cured.
All right,
Maybe
to the
there's a
3rd
doctor
floor.
up there that will listen to us.
Let's go
Okay.
to the 3rd floor.
So are you going into the elevator?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You go to the
Was
elevator.
there any other option?
No.
How
What
good.
button are you pushing? Second or
what
3rd
buttons
floor?
are there?
There seems to be
there
a
a
second floor and a third floor.
Let's
Third
go
floor.
to the
Third floor.
Yeah.
You pour the third floor button. Again, there seems to be a bit of a delay, but eventually the doors close, and the elevator starts to shimmy and vibrate and hum its way up the elevator shaft.
Ready your weapons, Dorothy. Let's go.
Ready
I have,
your
like,
weapons.
She's like kind of leaning against the near the door, looking out when it's gonna open.
I'm so
Wow.
praying for John to
Thanks.
protect us.
John,
John's ghost, please come back.
and my
Yes.
axe. Alright, so let me just put some health on you guys. 16. There we go. Oh, wait, no, it was the other way around, wasn't it? It was 16 and 18. Yeah, 16. Alright, so eventually you see the elevator ding on the second floor, and then it starts to go up even further and further. But eventually you get that there's a sudden kind of like echoey jutter, and the elevator kind of like dips up and down momentarily and stops. The lights above you begin to flicker. Then the elevator starts to go down, and it stops on the second floor. You see the
great.
you see the lights on the
Floor.
you see the lights on the illuminated panel stop at the second floor, and a ding to let you know that you've arrived at your destination.
This isn't the fucking.
Where's the
destination
camera so I
at all.
can flip it off again?
Exactly. Again, there is a camera constantly zooming in and looking at you.
I'm flipping him
I'm gonna
off. That's
break
for
the camera.
The
John.
doors begin to open,
I flipped the camera.
and you are greeted by a horde of the hungry undead. All of them packed shoulder to shoulder. The second floor is completely overrun by the undead, and they start trying to claw and pull their way at you. Dorothy, what do you do?
Are we like stuck in between? So they're half out?
No, it's completely open. It's
Okay.
you've completely stopped at the second floor. You need to get to the third floor, but something has intervened and pushed you into the second, and now this group of undead seem to be trying to force their way into the elevator shaft with you.
Elevator roof! Elevator roof!
Is there a roof access?
Yes, there is.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot. No, fuck. I'm gonna pick Damon up and I'm gonna try to push. Can I reach the roof easy or
Yeah,
no?
you can reach the roof.
Okay, I'm gonna try to push the roof thing open. Does it open?
It does open.
Okay,
It does
so
open, but no, you're not able to kind of like touch the roof of the elevator. But if Damon was on your shoulders, he could try and push it himself.
Damon, you gotta fucking get up on my shoulder.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so you pick up Damon, and Damon is on your shoulders. Damon, give me a strength check to see if you manage to successfully remove the ceiling
Have they
panel.
Have they seen him?
Oh yeah, they've seen you. They're coming in.
Okay. Great.
All right, you barely just managed to make the shaft ceiling hole open. Damon, can you give me another strength check to see if you climb up with advantage because you're kind of being assisted by Dorothy. Whoa! You effortlessly glide in there, wasting no time, and that gives Dorothy just enough time in order to get into the to try and attempt to get into the shaft as well before the undead come in. At this point, the undead are making their way into the elevator.
Dorothy,
Are there-
Dorothy!
Are there ramps on the side of the elevator?
No, there are no ramps on the sides of the elevator. There's just the hole in front of you. You got to jump. You've got to jump, and Damon's got to
Dorothy,
catch
jump.
you.
Dorothy,
Can I- okay.
jump!
What do I roll?
Okay, you need to give me an athletics check for the jump.
Oh god, this is already bad. Oh,
Damon, you need to give me a strength check to catch Dorothy.
oh my
Okay,
god.
oh god, John, please.
Oh.
John, Richard, give me
Praying to
John.
John to get his ungodly strength. You managed to hold on to her. You managed to hold on to her, and you're kind of just pulling her up. But one of the zombies are able to catch on to her feet before you're able to fully grasp her, just struggling with her. And they take a bite into Dorothy's leg. And it's a natural 20. I'm not fucking around. Oh god.
No!
I don't know if there's a way I can show you this
Show
without
me
fucking
it.
up.
Show me the evidence.
Can you see
I
that?
hate you.
Because the
Quantum 20! Quantum, I'm done.
No! I swear that was a natural 20! How much damage does it do? It sinks its teeth deeply into Dorothy's leg. doing what? Doing 7 damage to poor old Dorothy.
Ah!
It rips off a ton of flesh from the back of her leg. Dorothy, what are you doing? At this point, that leg is nearly inoperable.
I don't know.
Can I try climbing again?
Well, yeah, but you've got a zombie. You've got a zombie on your leg.
Can I try shooting it? And then
Yeah, sure. So you kind of look down and you see the zombie just voraciously gnawing through your leg, and it's kind of biting through the bone, and it's pretty much gone through most of your leg. It's just hanging on at this point.
What do I roll for it?
Oh shit! Yeah, you don't have a gun, do you? Hold on then. Let me just crossbow. Okay, can you give me a?
This is how I fucking die. I hate you much.
Quantum death.
It depends on what you do here. I mean, if that dice didn't fuck up, you would have been fine. All right, can you give me a handgun roll, please? Okay, you fire your handgun deep into the top of the zombie's skull. Can you roll damage for that, please? And it's enough to completely kill the zombie, but still more of them push into the elevator shaft. Damon, can you give me a strength check now to see if you pull Dorothy up into the shaft?
For the love of John.
Oh, I mean, you barely made Dorothy go into go up the shaft.
My God.
At this point, you only need to move a little bit more, able to get. You can only just muster a little bit more strength, but you managed to pull Dorothy out of the shaft, and the elevator is just full of the undead, just raising their arms and gnawing their teeth, trying to get at you.
Alright.
Great.
But you're on top of the elevator now.
Alright, let's try to get to the 3rd floor. Is there a ladder?
There's a ladder that you can climb to get to the 3rd floor. Yes.
Alright,
Can
let's
I-
do that.
Can I try a medicine thing to see if I can do anything to help my leg?
Not really. The leg is. I mean, you could try, but the leg is completely severed at this point. The bone has been disconnected. It's been bitten through. What happened?
Okay. That's painful.
Yeah, the bone is being completely chewed through, and like all of your blood vessels have been completely severed. You're basically hanging on by just some skin of the leg. To be honest, you're having to drag this ragdolling leg
I need
up the
you
ladder.
to cut my leg.
You want me to amputate your leg?
It's either that or it spreads, it gets infected, I bleed out. We can wrap my fucking leg.
Fine, I'll do it. I don't want you to die. I
Okay.
guess we're gonna
So
amputate your leg before-
so Perla, Damon, how are you going to remove Dorothy's leg?
It's gonna be a very painful process, but I have to use my glass shake.
Cutting through her leg with glass. Right. You pull out the hand wrapped cloth the dagger, which is made of glass, and you place it against.
Can you break the rest of the bone?
The bone has been completely busted.
Okay.
You're hanging
Yeah.
on by some muscle fibers and some skin tissue.
Fucking got it.
Damon, can you describe to me how you removed this leg?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a smart child. I learn a lot. I will try to get on like the.
Can I
so
shut
it's
the
just your
hatch, too?
calf, right? It's like
Yeah,
the
you can shut the
bottom-
hatch. So by shutting the hatch, you kind of muffle the zombies' groans, and you just kind of hear them through the other side.
Oh, okay. But Dorothy's like, is it the bottom part of like the lower leg? Is
So
it,
it's
the
like,
calf?
so it's
gone?
like just below the knee. Just below the knee, a zombie kind of bit into her shin and kind of just crunched the bone
Okay.
within its teeth and then started eating through her flesh.
Okay, then I guess I'm gonna have to like cut her nerves
Yeah.
and then cut through the joint to the ligament and cut through that to be able to get rid of the useless.
Okay, Kean, first make me a medicine check on the nerves.
So sorry, you're gonna die.
Can I give advantage to give advice?
No, all you're trying to do is remain conscious after seeing this happen to you.
Okay, 1,
Because this is the most real
2,
moment to you. Yes, go for it.
3.
You kind of, because of the severed blood vessels, it's kind of like just like pulsating like a heartbeat, just spewing blood onto the kneecap of Dorothy. It just makes it such a messy, hard to see, inoperable kind of wound, and it kind of gets in the way of your cutting. And instead, you kind of like cut needlessly through the tip of her knee as you start trying to cut towards the bite. It creates this extreme amount of like hot piercing pain through Dorothy and does 1 damage to her.
Is it bleed damage, or it's gonna keep going, or is it?
At this point, you're still bleeding, yeah. So, but you managed to kind of cut deep into the joint somewhat. So now you've got to roll medicine to further get through the joint.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good.
Dorothy kind of screams and kind of as a kind of like notifier that maybe that was the wrong thing to do. So you kind of make a last second adjustment to how you go about it. And instead, you kind of cut a little bit more towards the actual wound itself, and you manage to cut cleanly through the joint, and the leg kind of like disconnects and remains as a lump.
Use her leg to wrap.
Okay.
Can I use my work uniform? 'Cause I have a.
Okay, yeah. So you both work together to try and staunch the bleeding by wrapping it up.
Okay.
Do we both roll medicine, or?
Huh?
Do we both roll?
No. You've done the medical part. At this point, you're just padding it. You're trying to stop it from bleeding, right? But you've taken a lot. You've lost a lot of blood in the process. Dorothy is whiter than usual, and all that kind of remains on the shaft is like a pool of blood and just a severed leg with a shoe on it.
And I grab an apple and I shove it into it.
She starts fucking scarfing on
That
the
doesn't
apple.
do anything against the leg wound, I'm afraid.
Can I just eat? I'm hungry. She's stressing.
Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. All right.
Yum, 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 yum.
Okay, so now, so you managed to staunch the bleeding momentarily, and at this point, Dorothy only has 1 leg. You need to make your way up to the 3rd floor.
Okay, Dorothy, you go up the ladder first. Well, actually, no. Can I try to open up the elevator door first, and then when I open it up, help Dorothy climb up?
Sure thing. Can you climb up the ladder and give me a strength check with advantage?
So strength.
Strength with advantage. You're trying to pry the doors open with your hands.
Okay.
And claws.
For the love of goodness.
Oh my days! Alright. However, your hands are actually shaking from having to just cut into your friend, and you nearly lost her. So your hand and the hands are completely covered in blood, and your hands kind of slip on the doors, and it just creates these weird bloodied handprint smears on the doors.
Then can I try to use one of the sticks that I got from?
Yeah, sure. Give me a sharp stick attack. Then you try and pry it into the in between the doors and kind of use it as leverage.
I thought you were gonna give me a peg leg. I'm like, what?
All right, you jam the stick into the door, and this time it kind of goes straight into the gap, and you're able to kind of like pry it open. This time, can you give me a strength check with advantage again? This time.
Love of Christ.
And the door's barely open. However, for some reason you don't know why, but the door begins to open, despite your failed attempts at opening. The door opens and you kind of fall through. You and Stick go into the 3rd floor hall, but the door is open.
I kind of get on my knees and I'm like, "Thank you, John." Thank you, John.
Oh, not Robbie.
And then oh snap.
Yeah, so you're in the 3rd floor now. I'm just transitioning you.
Oh, okay.
Can I start climbing?
Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah. I kind of just look
Thanks.
over and
I
I'm
thought
like,
you were gonna make me
"Dorothy,
roll.
are you okay? Can you make it up there? Can you make it up the ladder?"
She's biting into the apple, but she's screaming. She's saying, "Fuck you!" She's just like cussing. She hates the place, hates everything.
Okay.
She's climbing. She's trying her.
So at this point, you make it into the 3rd floor. The doors open, and inside you're revealed a long hallway that stretches into a door at the far
No.
end.
No, I know what this place is.
You recognize it?
I hate this place. That's what I fucking know this place. I hate
Wait, what? Oh my goodness.
This was the escape hallway. It's been retouched and reused for the purposes of the raccoon hospital. It was in the laboratory just after you discovered Tiny.
Okay, then can I try to make like a crutch with the sticks I have left,
Yeah.
Dorothy, so she can be able to
Yeah,
walk?
sure. So you give the sticks to Dorothy, and she's kind of still, and now she's able to move kind of, I wouldn't say, with ease, but she's able to move around now without kind of someone assisting her.
Okay, sweet. Where are we going? Adventure time. Let's
Is there
go.
any doors, or can I roll perception to see into the camera?
Yeah, you see the cameras in the hallway, and they're kind of zooming in. You hear the electronic whirring as the lenses like come into focus to kind of zoom in on you. It's clear that you're being watched.
Can I wave at
kinda,
Sure.
it?
I flip it off and I start
All
screaming at it a little bit.
All right.
Because we all know the situation well. We know when we're being observed.
Uh-huh. All right. So ahead of you, there seems to be a door. To your left and right, there also seems to be another row of doors as well. Probably patient rooms after they've been operated on.
I'm fucking still, I'm standing slightly outside the elevator. I'm gonna knock at
No,
the door.
don't.
Well, I
Yeah.
want to see if there's people inside.
Oh, that's true. Can I listen to the other doors? Like, stick my ear up to the door and can hear
Yeah.
anything with my wolf ear?
Yeah, sure. So you press. So
That
you
would probably be better.
So you press your ear against the door and you don't hear anything.
I'm afraid to open it. Knowing what's happened last time.
You
Would
go
you
in
like-
this time, kiddo.
What would you like to do?
Right. Can I open... These are 4 separate doors, right?
Uh-huh.
Can I open this one?
You certainly
The
can
car-
try.
I can
As you
try.
go to open the door, it seems to resist your efforts at trying to trespass through. It seems to be locked, electronically locked even, as there's no keyhole on either of the doors.
Okay, fine. I'll go to this one and I'll do the same thing.
Quantum door.
I'll press my ear against it and see if I hear anything. Use my...
Again, you press your ear against it, and it seems to be lifeless on the other side.
Alright. I want to knock on it. I'll knock on it. Do what Dorothy did. Knock on the door.
Knocking on the door also kind of, it doesn't betray anyone that may be on the other side.
Alright. I guess I'll try to open it then, but carefully.
As you
Can we
go
help
to as you go to open the door, the electronic door opens in front of you before you could even touch it, and reveals an observation room.
Oh, snap.
There's some glass on the other side, revealing 3 beds.
Was that for us? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Okay.
is it in... my brain is exploding right now.
These seem to be the prototype beds that were referenced in the memos. There's a control panel on the observation side, an electronic door on to the left, leading into the room with the beds.
Can I go and investigate?
You sure can. You head into the door. And the electronic door closes with a loud kind of clank behind you. You see the beds all in a row. They all look pretty much identical. Observing the beds, they seem to be fitted to mold for the human body to kind of mold into the bed. There's indentations for the back, the head, the legs, the arms. Above each of the beds, instead of a light, there seems to be a long kind of pointed device aimed at the chest area,
Oh, great.
like a
Dorothy!
Dorothy-
Tell Dorothy to check the
Dorothy-
panel.
She starts kind of banging at the glass because she's fucking stressed. But then she kind of notices the panel again and goes to it, and she's looking over all the different keys and buttons that there are in like the panels,
Uh-huh.
different levers and stuff. What What do I see? Anything like that sticks out? Or...
Okay. What you see is the instruction control panel for the beds. It seems, being that this is a prototype bed, whoever is being subjected to it needs to constantly be monitored by someone in the observation room, controlling the control panel for the amount of voltage that the bed receives in order to power this procedure could kind of fluctuate and result in kind of dangerous, threatening levels of voltage being applied to the applicant. So someone needs to stay on the other side and monitor that to make sure it doesn't get too high.
She kind of... Is there like an intercom thing where I can talk to them?
Yeah, so there's kind of like an automated speaker system throughout through each of the rooms. You could talk to Damon. Damon can talk to you.
Let's try it out. I have nothing to lose.
Can you take off your shark head and just kind of put it... Oh, are those lockers by the bed, by the way?
No, these seem to be kind of like trays in order to experiment on like operation utensils, scalpels, pliers, that kind of thing.
Is there a seat?
No.
So I can sit.
No. It's just you're just standing and kind of having to like lean on the control panel in order to operate it.
Alright, let's try it out. Why not?
I'm gonna...
Quantum.
Nothing left but up.
Okay, so
The mic, and I'm like, just lay down, relax. It's all gonna be over soon. We're gonna fix
Dorothy,
you right up.
in the control panel, it says that applicants need to remove areas of clothing that house any form of kind of contagion. So any kind of infected areas, they need to have skin exposed in order to allow for the machine to directly attack it.
Okay. You need to take off your vest, your jacket, fur.
I need to get naked.
Pretty much everything except his undergarments would suffice.
Okay, nobody needs
and
to
your
see
shoes.
poor little thing. Okay, I'm naked now.
Alright, so
Okay.
Damon kind of strips, he kind of like takes off his fur coat, removes his shark head, undoes his tie, and proceeds to lie on the bed, exposed and vulnerable. As he does so, a load of braces, kind of electronic, mechanical braces, go around Damon's neck, around his hands, around his wrists, and around his legs, securing him in place.
This is gonna hurt. Let's do it.
This is gonna hurt. Just hold on.
And I'm laying in the bed praying, the sweet Lord Jesus.
Oh my God, Dorothy, she's very hesitant to hit the buttons to start up the bed, the middle bed, but she sort of gets an idea of what to do and starts the process.
Okay, so first of all, you need to push the button to automatically allow the crane, which it seems to be like kind of like an automated scalpel, somewhat, kind of direct it towards the area you wish to operate on.
So kind of like the plug I removed.
It's exactly that's what this is the prototype of.
Oh, smart. I like that. I like that.
It's the I was hoping someone in the other session was going to get, but this is the prototype for the last
the reason
plug
why
removal.
they didn't is because they're not big Resident Evil nerds like you and me.
Oh, Team A against Team B. Yeah, this is meant to be the prototype bed for Resident Evil 4. So yeah, you need to direct where you want this basically it's a laser to go.
I very carefully start moving it and position over Damon. And can I lower it before I start the laser?
Yeah. So where are you putting exactly? Like just kind of like say where on his body?
Kind of his not stomach but not chest, like in between area.
Okay.
Do you think you should start? Do you think you should start it on my leg and?
Yeah, let's start on your leg before I kill you.
Like at my foot where it first got bit by the stupid rat.
Let's be no leg buddy.
Alright, so you aim it towards the leg.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, as you push the button, the laser pointer kind of points directly at Damon's face. It then moves down to his neck and stops. Moves to his chest and stops. His stomach, his pelvis, his thighs, and it stops at his legs. All you need to do is push the button and start the procedure.
Dorothy kind of has her hand on the button. She's about to push it, and she just says, "Don't fucking say I didn't warn you." And then she hits the
Starts
button.
praying in Spanish.
Oh, jeez.
Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, how to say it?
Damon suddenly starts speaking in tongues and shit for some wacky reason. His eyes roll to the back of his head.
Is this a reverse exorcism?
No, that's the fucking that's a prayer in Spanish. The main one. I don't fucking know in English. I know them in Spanish. I don't
Alright.
know them in English.
Dorothy, the laser pointer seems to be in place. What
hit the
are you
button.
going to do?
Press it very gently.
You push the
I
button.
kind of. Okay.
There seems to be kind of like this mechanical whirring as the bed seems to kind of take a while to jutter into life. As it does so, it starts to glow with kind of like a bright deep blue, as if electric. Eventually, it begins to aggressively zap away into Damon's body, sending him into these electronic convulsions.
Dorothy is screaming. What? Oh, okay.
So there's this kind of like there's this frying kind of sound emitting from Damon, and you can see steam coming off of his body. He reels and writhes and kind of like arches his back and his neck in pain as he's having to go through this traumatic procedure.
He's trying to hold in the pain. He's trying to.
Damon, can you give me a constitution check, please, to see if you can endure this?
Hell no. Okay, I can apparently.
So Damon kind of clenches his fist and he grits his teeth and he squints his eyes as hard as he can, and he just endures the initial burst of zapping. At this
Trying
point,
to be a man.
At this point, the zapping gets to fluctuate even louder, faster, quicker, and it starts to zap him harder to the point where you get to see that there's actual like burn marks on his body. The machine seems to be getting too much energy, and it started to go too far on Damon. Dorothy, you need to correct it. Can you give me a performance check?
Oh shit.
Stop the machine! Stop it! I'm done! I'm done with this life!
You manage to dial back on the power, and it starts to regulate even more. It starts to go back to a normal kind of pace and begins zapping away at Damon. However, he takes some damage for when it overheated. He goes down to 14 health.
That's not
Like I said, this session was gonna be like 2 hours, and it's been like almost 5 hours.
Is it? Holy shit.
Yeah, it's been.
The machine continually zaps away at Damon. At this point, it starts to automatically detect areas of infection, and now it's kind of moved up to his hip area and starts to zap into the side of his pelvis, sending harsh electronic jolts into his side. Damon, constitution check, please.
This is... Jesus.
Get wrecked.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
The sudden traversal of the electronic current going from his leg, which seemed to be painful but durable, goes straight into the sensitive part of his pelvis and starts zapping him, and he's in absolute agony. This is the worst pain he's ever been in. He'd rather be overheating on the beach again than being zapped like this, and he ends up taking 5 damage.
Okay, stop the machine.
Bringing him
Stop it,
down
I'm
to
done.
9.
Stop.
Again, at this point, it starts to fluctuate even more. Again, it starts to whiz
Hold
and
on,
whir.
turn it off.
Can you give me a performance check, please?
Turn it
Dorothy?
off! And I start
This isn't
screaming.
fair.
It starts to power up even more, zapping him harder into the pelvis. And you manage to dial it down, but not quite quick enough, and instead he takes 1 damage for his troubles.
Turn off the machine!
So
Can I
this,
turn
I
as it,
die!
it's at this point, the machine begins to move up even further. However, behind
turning.
Dorothy, she can hear there's a loud banging coming from the other side of the door that was locked but previously as they went through. Before long, they start to hear the muffled gnashing and gnaws of the undead. Somehow, they have made it onto the 3rd floor.
Stop the
Did we
machine!
not-
Stop the machine! Stop the
I'm
machine!
turning it
Stop
off.
the
I'm
machine!
turning off the machine. I'm shutting this shit off.
You cannot turn this off until the procedure is completed, hence the 100%
Oh my
mortality
God.
rate.
Oh my god.
Dorothy, you make a decision. Do you try and barricade the door, Or do you continue to make sure Damon stays alive in the bed?
Or we're not gonna live.
Can she go inside and like move the crane thing?
She can
Like
definitely
the
try
arm?
if she wants to.
How much time do I have?
None.
Oh fuck.
It's an immediate
Do I know-
decision. Are you helping Damon or are you helping yourself?
I'm helping Damon.
You're helping Damon. You stick to your guns. You need to see this through. You need to make sure Damon survives. You maintain your post at the control panel. At this point, the laser starts to move up even more. And he's starting to hit the side just underneath the chest of Damon. Damon, can you give me a constitution check, please?
I'm gonna die. 15.
The powerful current decides to move away from the pelvis. A sensitive area starts to hit you in the chest. The rib cage especially hurts, but you're able to endure. You've gone through the worst of this, surely. It can't get any worse than this. So you grit your teeth, you clench your palms, and you endure it. However, it begins to overheat once more, fluctuating, going quicker and quicker and zapping even more as it makes its way up towards your neck. Dorothy, what are you doing?
Can I turn it down again?
You turn it down and give me a performance check, please. So at this point, you've managed to see and get the pattern of when this is going to happen, and you manage to quickly turn it down, avoiding any overheating damage towards Damon. But it is at this point, the door breaks, it smashes through, and the undead begin to pile in towards Dorothy.
No, fuck.
Dorothy.
I'm gonna die. This is how I die.
Quantum death.
The undead are making their way into the room. You see the laser starting to move up to the neck, into the head, the final area of Damon that's infected. It starts to increase more. The infections try as if reacting to the threat of the laser. It starts to try and consume more of his face, and it starts to take over his nose, his forehead, and parts of his mouth, forcing more canine-like teeth to appear on the left side of his face. Damon, give me a constitution check as it starts to operate on your head. The head is the most painful place to experience this kind of zapping trauma. It sends jolts of electricity pulsating into your brain, knocking you in and out of consciousness. You feel your vision blur even more every time you receive another electric jolt. And it does 5 more damage to poor old Damon, pulling him at 3 health.
Oh my god.
Is at this point the zombies start to take a swing at Dorothy. One of them misses. They're all trying to squeeze through the door. They're kind of knocking away each other, slapping each other, even some of them biting at each other to try and get to the fresh meat that is right in front of them. Another one takes a bite at Dorothy and clamps his jaws straight onto her collarbone, dealing 3 damage.
Can I start shooting?
You could definitely try and ready up your gun, but right now the other zombies have like an ambush initiative on you, and they're all gonna have a piece of you before you get to react. One bites into Dorothy. Damon is only able to see this through the screen and kind of endure the pain, trying to get through this so he can quickly get out of this bed and save his friend. Another one tries to swipe at Dorothy but misses. Or another plants its entire body weight into its fists and cracks Dorothy on top of the head, dealing 4 damage. Dorothy, you seem to be in a death state. You've completely been knocked nearly out of consciousness. Your bloodied leg seems to have been knocked by the zombies, and it starts to continue its bleeding process. There's a zombie that's got its jaws firmly attached to your windpipe, deep into your throat. You see the machine started to pulsate and rev up. It's about to finish off, dealing the final blow to your friend. What do you do?
Performance check to save Damon.
Alright, can you give me a performance check, please?
I can't handle it. I can't. No.
She
No.
kind of. Wait, let me just ask. Am I gonna die right now? Is this my final act?
Can I ask
Dorothy?
the question?
No, you cannot. You're getting zapped in the face. Dorothy?
No.
Do-
It's a perfectly legitimate question.
No,
What
not
is
right.
your
Not
question?
right now. It's not. Dorothy sees the machine revving up. It starts to kind of violently shake as she recognizes it's about to be the crescendo, the finale, where it's going to finish off its operation and achieve 100% mortality rate to its next victim. She reaches over to the control panel. In doing so, she has to rip her neck away from the monster's maw, ripping her throat completely out. And as she does so, she puts all of her body weight onto the dial, successfully turning it all the way to regulate it, and it calms down the machine. The machine finalizes its operation, and Dorothy begins to shoot out an aggressive paint swash of red blood all over the window as the zombies take turns in overwhelming her. The last thing Damon is able to see is his friend looking at him and falling into the crowd of the undead as they take their turn ripping pieces out of Dorothy. The bindings unlock, and Damon is able to kind of somewhat stutter to his feet. All he can see is just hunchbacks and gnarling the tops of heads over where his friend once was. The infection seems to have stopped, however, just half of his body. All that's left for him is to escape.
Pearl, are you crying?
The electronic
no.
door opens, and
I
you get
am.
the electronic door opens, and you get to hear the gnawl gnashing even louder. Damon, you need to escape. What do you do?
Run.
Big major. Fuck you, quantum death!
If you stay here, I will scream. You have to
Oh,
go.
my goodness.
Run. Go. Don't even look. Just run.
Are the metal bars off of me now?
The metal bars are. Oh, sorry, I just fucked that up. The metal bars are off of you, and oh, for fuck's sake, I
Okay.
did it again. The metal bars are off of you, and at this point, the zombies have kind of piled up into a pile, and they're focusing on consuming your final friend.
Go. Run.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fine, I'll put on all my clothes, grab all my shit, and, bolt out the door.
You grab your clothes, barely conscious, your eyes are fuzzy. You make your way out of the door, and all you can see in the dark corner of the operation room is a bunch of hunchbacks towards you, and bolded, rotten heads kind of just clawing away at a body. All you can see is a green skirt, a shoe that's kind of jittering to a leg, and a bloodied stump that's continuously pulsing blood out.
I don't like this. Okay,
Do you make your way to the elevator?
sure.
You take one last look at your friend, who managed to preserve your life just for a little bit longer, and you leave into the elevator.
I don't know why I'm crying. I knew this was gonna happen. What the
I'm
fuck?
fucking crying. Why do you think I haven't said anything?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
The elevator opens and closes you in its claustrophobic embrace and takes you back down to the first floor.
Can
At
I
this
just
point,
point at a camera and flip it off?
the streets are completely
Ugh.
overrun by zombies outside the hospital. The only way out seems to be through a sewer grate on the outside. Would you like to go through it?
Sure.
Damon goes into the sewer.
You played my favorite fucking song for
And
my death. I
and-
hate you.
Entering the sewer, Damon is alone. He sees no one around to kind of give him a reassuring hug in the dark times. Something that he'd grown used to, kind of depended on even to get through his hardships. He's alone now. And maybe if Dorothy had more weapons, maybe if she had more people, she would have made it. Damon takes the time to kind of reflect on his journey here. It was John that saved him, carried him to safety so many times. It was Dorothy that protected Damon through the harshness of John's death, and through the pursuit of Tiny, and even leading up, saved his life at the hospital even. But what did Damon do? He was protected at every turn of the journey. Maybe if he wasn't so young, maybe if he wasn't so small, maybe if he just kind of curbed his childish enthusiasm just once, he could have prevented something from happening. He takes a moment to kind of lament his fate, and now he's truly alone. Who knows what happened to his parents? He takes a look at the sewer water. He sees his disfigured reflection kind of within the green sewage waste. And all he can kind of do is curl up into a ball, put his head into his arms, and cry. As he does so, however, moments go by and he reflects on what the could-have-beens, what-ifs, the should-have, could-haves. All he can hear is the dank dripping of the sewer and the running of the wastewater. However, something kind of drifts, and it knocks into his feet as if prodding him to get his attention. Damon, what do you do?
I look at it, I guess.
So Damon musters up the courage to just kind of pull his head away from his tear-soaked sleeves just for a moment to look down at what's trying to nag his attention. And he looks down and sees a large, double-bladed axe.
Yeah!
God damn it! I'm not ready for this. Okay, now I'm gonna cry. Oh my goodness.
Damon instantly recognizes it. It's the very thing John used and held so dear and saved them through many adventures in the worst night of their lives. It may be John reincarnated even, or a message or a gift from the other side, who knows. But somehow it's made its way back to you, the last surviving member of Team A.
Well, he's a very religious boy, so obviously John is being his guardian angel, right? Ugh.
Do you take the axe?
Oh, hell yes, of course.
So Damon puts his matted wolf-like paw into the water and grabs it. The sewage water tries to burn away some of his flesh in the process, how corrosive it is. However, the fur, the infected side of him boasts regenerative powers, and it completely reforms his hand as he pulls the axe out of the water and he holds it close. The final thing, the final reminder of John, of Tiny, of Dorothy, is this axe. Before you have a moment to kind of thank John or whoever for this glimmer of hope, you hear something coming from the above, from the streets above you. A car starts to screech. You hear people yelling, and you hear a familiar roar atop. You know, you recognize this roar instantly. It's the one you dealt with when escaping the sewers. Not all of Team A is truly dead, and it seems he's found some more victims to lay waste to. This time, armed with John's axe, Damon makes sure no one else is going to die. And that's the end of Session 4, Shattered Memories! Congratulations!
You're
did
gonna get demonetized for this.
Your fucking quantum
Child abuse! This is child abuse! Alright guys, congratulations, and that is the epilogue. So that's how Damon makes it into the hospital. That's why he's in the sewers, and that's how he ended up saving Scenario B from the nemesis in the car. That's the end of Scenario A, the origins of evil. And now we come to the ending of Scenario B, and we come full circle, and we finish the evil series off with episode 5 coming sometime this week. Damon is now a part of Scenario B's team, if Perla wants to be.
Hell yeah, bro! I want to meet the new player.
And also, Tiny gets to come back to reprise his role as Nemesis in the final chapter of Scenario B. What do we think, guys?
I hate you.
You already know my reaction.
I'm fucking... Oh my God. So, I have so many fucking questions. One
Yeah,
of-
sure, go ahead.
If I boarded the door, would I have lived?
No.
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 Quantum
I was
death.
definitely- I
No.
was
You would have been
definitely
able. You would have bought yourself some time to fight off the zombies more. But honestly, it was an inevitable kind of thing. You
So
were
you
fucked.
quantum deathed me.
Yeah, I got you good.
Yeah, you did. You had to take my leg out. Really?
Yeah, well, that was improvised. I didn't plan on a leg being taken up. I thought she's fucked anyway. Let's go all in. So I ripped your leg off in the elevator to try to get out. If Damon had pulled you up successfully, I wouldn't have thought about it. But because you struggled, I thought there's got to be something damaging here.
Thanks. I love being killed.
Yeah, so Tiny will be back. Damon gets to come back and lay waste to exact his revenge for stealing all of his friends away.
I'm so done. This was the entire Fast and tweet I did earlier. We literally drove off in separate directions, and I hate that.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I when I wrote this, I thought, is this too much? But then I thought, no. I think it's a great way to end. There is no team now. It's just Damon. He's gone. Everyone's gone. And it was all every step of the way. It was in an attempt to protect Damon.
Wow. No, I like the fact that Damon survived because, like you said, like everyone was trying to protect Damon until the end, and now Damon's kind of faced a lot of hardship.
Protecting myself.
Yeah. So now Damon is going to be like, well, that's not quite how I envisioned Damon to be. Damon is kind of like, now he feels like he's lost everyone, and he sees Tiny, or the remnants of Tiny, laying waste to more survivors. And at this point, he wants to make sure that Tiny can't do that anymore. He needs to put his friend to rest, and he needs to make sure that no other survivors need to go through what he's had to go through. So in a sense, he's on a Nemi hunt.
He's on the Nemi hunt.
Yeah.
Nemi hunt.
Yeah.
He's our sin to bear.
But that will be all discussed in session 5, and the ending, Last Escape.
No.
I want to become full wolf mode, but I want to be part.
Full wolf mode?
Like, I want to go like all Twilight shit, and have someone sitting on my back and be like, yo.
Oh wow.
Okay. So what did you think of session 4? Did you enjoy it? You have a good time? I mean, despite
it was a sad one.
It was a sad one.
I loved it.
The ending part was what got me though. Like, I wasn't expecting for you to bring John's axe back.
Yeah, that ending fucking hurts, doesn't it?
So I was like, that's it. I'm gonna start.
So yeah, in Damon's darkest moment, where he's practically just given the fuck up, John comes back to just kind of remind him that it's not over yet. Be strong. And he gives you his strength. Literally, he gives you his strength in the form of John, the axe.
I kind of knew the second that Damon got stuck in that room and I was in the other room. It's like, this is the final stand. I'm gonna die here. I kind of already started feeling.
You already knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was definitely a final sense of in this session, wasn't there? It was a sense of finality. Like, oh man, this is the end. So you had your little beach moment. You're on the island. Oh, what's up?
I was gonna say, I wanted to say, I knew I was gonna come, and it still got me.
Yeah, John knew everything.
Yeah,
John,
I forgot about that.
Ranjan already knew everything. He knew the funeral, he knew the shark fight, he knew the hospital, he knew the bed section, he knew Dorothy's death, he knew Damon was gonna go into the sewers, lament his fate, and then John's axe comes in and kind of tells him, look, it's gonna be okay. Still got you. Yes! Yes! I was so anxious yesterday. I didn't think this would like hit. It hit. Feels good.
Someone said in the chat, a wolf boy ride sounds like something Victor would enjoy.
Oh my god.
I think there's very few things Victor wouldn't enjoy. killing babies,
Yeah.
Whoa.
banging old dudes.
Yeah. Then we got Team B.
Yeah, now we got team
Hanging on.
team fucking dog shit. Next session. Team no emotions. Could you imagine if I tried? Could you imagine if I tried?
Let's
You
go.
imagine if I tried to put them through something like this? They'd be like, I don't give a fuck, man. Kill the kid. Yeah, kill the kid. See what happens. I throw John's body off the cliff. There you go, John. Ain't got time. We don't have a
That's
spade.
what Zoe said. They literally said that.
Did she? Well, of course she did, man.
Yeah,
What a fucking.
Oh, someone said I made them cry. I'm looking at the live chat.
Yeah, I'm so glad. How did you think of it, chat? I haven't looked at chat once this entire scenario because I wanted to make sure I didn't fuck this up. I didn't want to fuck up John's funeral. I didn't want to fuck up Dorothy's death. I wanted it all to be like, oh, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. And more or less, I kind of got what I wanted to do done. So that was that. What did we? Did we like it?
Elion? Is that how you say the dude's name? I don't know. He keeps threatening to the death.
Well, he made me cry. Fuck yourself, Snake. All right, nice, sick.
Snake, do you have the night version of that photo? The grave.
I have a bunch of artwork that I'm
I
going to
don't
be
cry
using,
anymore. I love you guys too.
but we'll see. We'll see what happens throughout the future events. Are you leaving, Mooney?
No, I
Oh.
was just looking at the chat and.
Oh, okay.
I'm-
Lee sounds like a
fucking-
sadist. Nah, I just like. You gotta be willing to go there. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, and everyone survived and had a great time. Like, no, man.
No. The
I will
fact that
whip Squad
you
B
killed-
into shape, okay?
That ain't
I
this kind of
have
campaign.
wolf. I
Get
will
physical.
I will like
Physical.
slap the shit out of every single one of them. Like, listen.
Yeah, can you kill Team B?
Can
I
you
can't.
Usurp Team B.
Kill them for their
Okay.
shoes. Take their shoes.
I loved it,
No,
but
that-
fuck
that
you.
was
Wasn't
real-
sad enough. 6 out of 10. Then +4. Oh.
Real talk though, this was fun.
Yeah, how did you feel coming back into it all just for one last foray of the swan song of Team A?
I felt like I was actually there. It's good. Like,
Yeah? That was
yeah,
good.
it does feel different than just watching it.
John's spirit was watching
Yeah.
over Damon.
I was kind of sad that you didn't get. I was pointing to the extension cords.
Aha!
I avoided that because I knew you were gonna want to. I
The
knew
extension
that's something you do, and I'm like, I'm not. Like, I don't think I'm gonna need it.
Yeah. Well, I think mission accomplished, guys. That was a good one. This was definitely the most crazy one we've done so far in terms of like emotional impact.
I'm
But,
traumatized
yeah.
for life now.
Yeah, because I mean, like when Tiny died, it was like he's dead. Now you need to fucking escape, and he's trying to kill you. So you didn't really have time to like give a fuck too much. And then
We
and then
still
John.
gave a fuck on Twitter.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for sure, for sure. For sure.
What's going on Twitter?
But what I mean is in the moment you've got with John, you had time to digest. You were stuck on this island, and it was like there was no danger there. Crazy enough, it was the first peaceful moment you ever had.
Yeah.
You know, so you had time to kind of embrace the nature, make wooden bolts, you know, go hunting, and then as the sun started to set, you figured it was time to lay John to rest, and you kind of had this little ceremony for him, and then it was back to the hell of Raccoon City.
Yeah.
Nothing good happens in Raccoon City. That's what I wanted. I wanted you to have a nice time, and then when you went into Raccoon City, it instantly slapped you in the face like, you got out of here and you came back, you fools. Look what's gonna happen to you now, and it just rips another one of your party members away.
The people in the chat's gonna make me cry because they're saying I'm glad Dorothy went off being selfless. And the
Yeah,
heroes
that
back
was
and
cool.
everything.
Like
And
a
it's
zombie kind of like
fucking
jumped onto your neck and pierced your windpipe and clashed you by the throat. And you saw Damon. He had 3 points of health left. He was about to get burnt to a crisp, and you just kind of like ripped yourself from the monster's grip, and you just kind of slapped that dial in order to regulate it.
I'm gonna start crying again. Please stop.
And the zombies overwhelmed you.
I have to
Cry,
rewatch this.
cry.
I have to rewatch this. That's the sad part. Because it's a comic. I have to
Oh,
rewatch.
Yeah,
all
you're
of
gonna
this.
have to go through every scene like 20 times.
And
Like,
on top of
yeah.
that, I have to like some of these things aren't gonna be in the comic, so I have to either combine them or do
Yeah.
you know? Like
Yeah,
I said on Twitter,
By the way, guys,
Google,
Puller is doing a little web comic of Scene A and I think Scene B. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
of Scene A and Scene B. So
if I'm able to get to it.
yeah, so Puller's going to be using their artistic
Dorothy's gonna come back as
skills to
Majin
kind of
Vegeta.
paint out the whole of the story in kind of like a comic format, so you guys can kind of just digest it in the comic form if you haven't got 5 hours per episode to spare.
Yeah.
I'd say it's worth it though. It's worth it though.
I'm learning how to do webcomics.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Experience for me.
I'm looking forward to it, and we got a bunch of awesome artwork from a bunch of people, kind of like showcasing their moments in the campaign, and I can't wait to showcase all of that at the end of the campaign. It's not just the end of session scenario A, scenario B. We're coming full circle, and we're wrapping it up with the Evil series being completely done. Origins of Evil, Aftermath of Evil. It's all gonna be done, and then that's it.
My eye.
Resident Evil done. We're jumping into a new world, new rules, new universe, with its new kind of story, I suppose. Yeah. All right.
In that regard as well,
Yeah.
Icarus is still going on. If anyone wonders, we just.
Oh yeah. I'm recording Icarus, so don't worry. I got 2 episodes to show you guys. I just don't want to upload them while I'm doing this because people get confused very easily and go, wait, what the fuck? So what the fuck? They're like, he's a dwarf. He's a dwarf now. He's a dwarf. What's that about? Yes.
All of you guys back. Who will live, who will die?
Who will live? Who will die
Excuse
in
me,
the
Arthur?
finale of Scenario B, The Aftermath of Evil, Episode 5, The Last Escape? Let's find out. I'm excited. There's going to be a lot that's not in my court here because Tiny is going to be Nemesis and he does whatever the fuck he wants. He starts throwing John's corpse at the boat and shit. And I was like, I didn't even think of that. That's fucking metal. I'm like, all right, Tiny. Like, Tiny's super nice, but it's like, right, Tiny, I need you to be a bad guy. I fuck the corpse. And it's like, whoa, what? Tiny? No. What? Tiny, no, it's already over. Like, what?
Guys, Tiny is so sweet. Like he's so nice and calm.
Yeah,
and
Tiny's a
gentle.
super nice guy. Just don't give him the bad guy role, because he's like, I fling John's acidified corpse into the boat. Like, okay, what the fuck, dude?
He will fuck shit up.
I know,
Oh my
right?
God, it's great.
He does have really bad rolls though.
Yes,
Yeah,
dog
that's
shit
true.
rolls. So who knows? Him being Nemesis might help Scenario B's team. Who knows? Oh, he's a cool guy. I'm looking forward to. I want to kind of bring everyone back. We kind of brought John back in this scenario somewhat as we kind of paid homage to him, and we're bringing Tiny back for the finale. So it's kind of like the whole gang's here, Team A, Team B, and it's gonna be fucking chaos. So let's find out what happens at the end of it all. Who's left standing and who gets left behind? Find out next week.
I want to thank like everyone for
Yeah?
the campaign. I want to thank you, of course.
Aw,
I wanna
thank you.
Perla, Raiden, Tiny. I want to thank everyone because this was like really fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
someone-
I'm kind of, I'm kind of
Yeah.
sorry. I'm kind of sorry I had to
No,
kill
don't
everyone,
be-
but it was for the
No,
sake of the story. When you look back on it, you go, like, Dorothy wasn't just an extra. You know what I mean? She was like the eagle-eyed hawk of the team, saving people with gunshots and protecting Damon when there was no one else left alive. He even saved him. She's the reason he's alive. You know? So yeah, everyone had their heroic moment, and everyone had their heroic fall.
Well,
Look where it got us.
Yeah, this is why you don't help people. I think Victor has it right. He just leaves everyone the moment shit goes south. He's like, I'm out then. Yeah,
Yeah,
You can take that bullshit soundtrack you got and put it on pause because there ain't gonna be no sad music up in this bitch. And he just leaves. Yeah, so
Dude,
I found that song.
Dude,
I found that song and I retitled it "Immortal Fire," and that's what I wanted to call this session after I finished it, because that's how John gets. That's how John is immortalized now. He's got his own hill, and he is now remembered as Immortal Fire.
Yes, she did. Arctic Wolf Beauty. Dorothy did have mad perception skills.
Yeah, Dorothy
Yeah.
saw a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
Was able to perceive stuff before everyone else had a chance to really kind of figure it out.
I saw nothing.
except my death.
I saw nothing.
Couldn't see that.
Seriously, Lee, I was never a part of D&D before, and you exposed me to it and everyone's characters, the plot really makes me want to delve into it myself. Awesome, do it! You know what I mean? This is my first campaign. I've never read a page in a DM book. This is purely just, I had an idea, and I thought, let's do it. And we made this really awesome little story together. You know what I mean? It's not...
You were the best
Is Victor
person to
smart,
do
though?
it.
Well, that's only because, yeah, it's Resident Evil. I
It's
know.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
the best person to do it.
That's why I picked it as my starting universe, because I was like, okay, I want to jump into D&D. I'm a complete greenhorn at it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'll pick a universe I at least understand and work with that.
That's the great thing about D&D. It just lets you.
Yeah,
You can
you can make Resident Evil, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of people like to go the fantasy route. I really want to do the fantasy route because I kind of want to get into, you know, the mystical spells and the wizards and warlocks and the goblins and all that
That's so
jazz.
much.
You know, the clank of the tankards and all that
Bullshit.
bullshit.
Necromancers.
Yeah, and yes, and the tavern music and all that jazz. I'm looking forward to getting into that myself. But right now,
Hey.
all my focus is on Raccoon City and the horrors it's exposing 9 unfortunate souls to.
Oh yeah, how long did we go for?
How long was
2
this
hours.
session?
We went
I
for
expected
6
2 hours. It's nearly 4 hours. Nearly 4 hours.
4
Nearly
hours?
5 hours.
Yeah,
5 hours.
almost.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I don't know
Yeah,
then.
because we're almost at 9 o'clock.
Oh, I think
At
my stream fucked up for a second and that's no worries. But yeah, okay, yeah. Honestly, I think because we had those really heavy moments. We had John's funeral, and we had you know, the Dorothy's death, and we had Damon's lament in the sewers, and that eats up more time than you think it would, because you're just kind of just there and you're letting it feel, you're letting it hit, you know. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be quick because I only had a few screens. Honestly, I had the island, the ocean, first floor, second floor, which you don't do anything in the second floor, and then the third floor. That's it. That's all I had. And I was like, okay, cool. So I thought it was gonna be super quick, but no, man, we spent a lot of time. I'm glad we did, because this was the last time we all got together in the same room and went through this adventure, and I'm glad we made the most of it.
But no, real talk. Mooney, what's your real name?
Oh,
My real
Randrin. Is your real name Randrin?
the reveal.
My real name's Dylan.
You look like a Dylan. I was gonna say.
You look like a Desmond.
You look like. Let's all give you some random. You look like. You look like a Desmond.
So yeah, but yeah, whew, that was sick. I enjoyed that, guys. That was a lot of fun. I want to thank Damon, Perla. I want to thank Dorothy Mooney. I want to thank John Randrin, and I want to thank Tiny Millions for being amazing sports throughout this this wild ride and this unexpected crazy journey. And for making this was my first time. You guys all popped my D&D virginity in terms of a DM.
Don't say
we
that.
all did it together. We did it together, guys.
Demonetization.
So thank you for making my first foray into DMing, but obviously my best one. And just making it one that's going to inspire me to keep wanting to do something like this, because it was a blast to make this campaign for you guys and see how you guys kind of sculpted this rough outline I've got into something more refined and something more enjoyable and something more unforgettable. It was a blast. But with that, guys, that brings us to the end, the real end of Origins of Evil. And now we need to finish up Aftermath of Evil later this week. So I'm going to need to get back into contact with all of Scenario A, Damon and Tiny from Scenario A and all of Scenario B. And we're going to have to see if the same time works out for us. If not, we might have to reschedule to a later time in the day. And now I've got to get super busy on making maps and hashing out the story for the ending.
You only have 3 days.
I only had 3 days, man. I had 2 days to make. I spent 2 days making this one. So yeah, let's see what we do with the finale. Let's make it a big one and a crazy one, yeah. So we'll find out what happens at the real end. There's not going to be any epilogue in this one. It's completely finished after this. In session 5, The Last Escape.
Are we doing a battle arena where
Oh yeah. I'll see if we can get a battle arena going, and we'll have a bit of a slugfest to see
or a battle arena.
battle arena.
And pretty
And,
boys.
and we're gonna see just who really did it better. Who did the evil series better? Was it Team A? Was it Team B? Who is the better team?
No.
Might makes right. We'll find out who. But for now, let's focus on the finale of scenario A, B, because who knows? Who knows? Let's see what happens, right? Well, that's gonna be it for us now, guys. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed scenario A's ending. I loved it. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way, to be honest. This was perfect for me. I adore this little session. This is probably going to be my little favorite one we got going here right now. But yeah, I will see you guys next week, someday next week, where we finish up the whole series of Resident Evil and move on to something different. All right, I will see you guys there. You take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.